steakburger lover.
2 minutes.
Gotta train my grandson in the fine art of lunch.
Yep, Grandpa says it's a lost art.
2 original doubles, please.
With cheese.
They're hitting the grill right now. At Freddy's, you'll always find that magical combination of families, fun, and food that's cooked to order. Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers, the taste that brings you back.
Stop in today to your Dodge City's Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers, located at 1800 West Wyatt Earp.
Guyman Petro Bar and Grill features Kansas brewed beers, one-of-a-kind appetizers, and a lunch and dinner menu of fresh, delicious meals in a historic setting with a modern twist. Friday and Saturday nights, Guyman Petro is a great place for live music, late-night dancing, and camaraderie. The top floor of the refurbished Mercantile is also a perfect venue for your next event. Check us out at GuymanPetro.com or call 620-371-7500.
At Western State Bank, it's all about you, the customer, and providing you with excellent customer service. Timely responses to your questions, knowing your name, understanding your business, caring about you and your family. It's the added value they provide. Western State Bank is your full-service hometown bank. No 800 number to call, no waiting for answers. Western State Bank has 8 convenient service locations throughout western Kansas to serve you. Give Western State Bank a call and let them help make your banking experience one you'll enjoy. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Western State Bank.
Holly Brothers in Dodge City can help you take camping to the next level. Stop in to see all the pre-owned trailers and fifth wheel trailers, as well as their new selection of 2018 travel trailers. Holly Brothers just made camping not only more fun, but more reasonable, with a great selection of new and used pre-owned trailers and the all-new 2018 trailers. Shop now at the Hollywood RV Ranch in Dodge City, your RV headquarters in Southwest Kansas, and make great new memories for you and your family for years to come. Holly Brothers is locally owned and operated in Dodge City for the last 70 years.
And now joining us on the pregame show, head coach of the Dodge City Red Demons, Coach Dave Foster. Coach, coming off the win last week, 60-26 over Wichita Southeast, it really seemed like with Bo Foster moving the quarterback and allowing Dawson Williams to move out to get him the ball in other positions, it really seemed to make you guys more dynamic on offense.
Yeah, it did, and we knew that would be the process. And Dawson played exactly like we knew he was capable of. Very first play of the game, we throw a fast screen out to him, and bam, he's off to 15, 20 yards. And it was the first time that people got to see all the things that we knew he was capable of doing. And what Bo brought to the table was, a needed punch to be able to disperse that ball out to those receivers as well.
That's certainly the case, and I guess you did sustain one injury on Friday night. John Johnson going to be out at least this week. Obviously, he plays on both sides of the ball. He's a key player in the receiving corps, also on defense as well. So who are going to be some of the guys that'll be trying to fill that void this evening?
Well, guys that saw time a week ago, Carlos Gamboa, Sam Mead were 2 guys that split some reps on offensively. Now they're going to be both-way players, offense and defense, and you'll see Gamboa shift back to a safety defensively from a corner, and then you'll see Amani Collins, Tate Pike, Dejan Delgado split time at the 2 corner spots.
And we're talking to the Dodge City head coach, Dave Foster, as they get ready for tonight's game at Wichita Heights. What do you know about this Wichita Heights team? I know that they've had some guys suspended the first couple weeks of the season.
Well, we know some of their players that haven't been on the field, especially their quarterback. We had heard was serving a 2-game suspension, but we don't know. I mean, he was an excellent player a year ago, and we assume those guys will all be back. So, Heights has been a tough opponent, and they start off in a tough situation, being 0-2 at this time and playing Olathe North or Wichita Northwest. And they're a very unique style of offense that we don't see very often with the flex bone, and they're really a ground and pound, 95% run football team. Try to surprise you with the passing game and get a big one here and there, but not very often. And this football team they're a very good 0-2 football team. They're far superior to what we faced a week ago.
Again, we're talking to the Dodge City head coach Dave Foster on the pregame show. You mentioned that that flex bone offense that they run, which is really pretty rare in football today. How much of a challenge is it to get ready for that style of offense?
Well, it's about impossible. I mean, your best avenue is film, and you're applying your strategy, and then it just requires disciplined kids, and it's almost impossible to replicate. When you go in and having coached in the flex bone, first 7-8 years of my career, we studied it, and I know it very well, and I know it's very difficult to prepare for, and that's one of the advantages of that scheme. And the disadvantage of the scheme is you better be able to move the football, and then that's what we've talked to our kids about, is stopping them on a first and second down, put them in a situation where they feel somewhat helpless, in the passing game, have that covered up, and then be ready for misdirection or something out of the ordinary in a third and long situation. I think refusing to allow them to get 3 yards in a cloud of dust is critical against an offense like that.
And we mentioned we referred to Bo Foster moving to the quarterback position already. This will be his first starts on the road this evening at Wichita Heights. Is there any concern about that going into tonight's game?
I don't think so. He was on the sideline as a third grader as ball boy against Heights when we lost in 2010, and a last second call. So he's been around it. He's gotten to play Heights as a freshman and knows that our kids can compete with those guys. I think that's the biggest thing, him stepping into a role of whether it's at home or on the road, just staying calm and playing within yourself. I think you saw some sophomore jitters a week ago, and all of our young guys have had those jitters. It's just a little more visible, in that quarterback position. So I thought he did a lot of things very well last week, and we look for that, that next step, whether it be at home or on the road.
He certainly has gotten off to a very good start, no question about that. All right, Coach, before we let you go, just what do you think are going to be some of the keys for tonight's game if you're going to pull off the win at Wichita Heights?
Well, whoever controls the line of scrimmage, offensively and defensively, I think is going to take the front road. A couple of years ago, we were able to run the football up and down the field, and really were in a position to win the football game against Heights and didn't make a play at the end of that game. But, if we can run the football like we were able to against them and then take what we need in the passing game, I think that'll be critical. But that'll all go through that first key, which is, winning the battle up front. I think the second thing is creating turnovers. Anytime you face a team like Heights, it's going to be in the triple option, trying to force those turnovers, on fullback quarterback exchange when they're reading that, or on pitches out to the slots. Those are critical plays. And then obviously us limiting ours. A week ago we both threw the pick six, got a ball out. It wasn't a bad ball, just got out a little bit late, and a heck of a corner made a heck of a play. And next thing you know, it's 6 points the opposite direction. That's 2 weeks in a row that we've given up a pick six out in the flat. And so, that's got to be done. We got to quit giving people freebies and call plays that give us the best opportunity with the least amount of disruption.
Again, that's Coach Dave Foster getting ready for tonight's game against Wichita Heights on the road, coming up at 7 o'clock here on Z98. Coach, appreciate you taking some time to join us for the pregame show, and good luck tonight.
You bet, Ryan. Thank you.
Again, that was Coach Dave Foster for the Red Demons as they get ready for tonight's game. About 5 minutes away from kickoff. Again, the Red Demons will be without starting wide receiver and safety John Johnson this evening. Johnson, one of the leading receivers for Dodge City so far this season. 5 catches, 55 yards, and a touchdown. But they do have some very capable guys that will be sliding into those shoes. Tate Pike, Carlos Gamboa, Sam Mead. 3 of the guys that will be helping to fill the void Johnson leaves, not being out there tonight, both on the offensive and defensive side of the ball.
I think the biggest issue with Johnson being out is the fact that it's going to force a couple of guys to probably play more snaps.
Yep.
And that always becomes an issue, especially when you've got – it's not an overly hot day here in Wichita, and it's been a fairly windy day. Had some rain earlier, so it's probably a little steam on the field early while the sun's still out. But I think once the sun goes down, should cool off, be a great evening for football. But, how many of those extra snaps come into play that create a situation to where maybe a guy's a little bit mentally fatigued, he gets physically fatigued, he doesn't make the right read. He doesn't get to the spot he should get to because he's a little bit more fatigued. Will those issues crop up and create problems for the Red Demons tonight?
Yeah, that'll be interesting to watch and see. No question about that. As we haven't done the coin toss yet. Wichita Heights getting ready to take the field for tonight's game. Again, Wichita Heights leads the all-time series between these two, 7-6. Dodge City trying to even it up tonight, but Wichita Heights, a team that needs a win as well, as they've gotten off to an 0-2 start this season, partly because of the good opponents they played in Olathe North and Northwest, but also because their starting quarterback and their starting running back suspended for those first two games. So they're going to look like a different team tonight than they've looked like the beginning of the season. And they hadn't looked too bad at the beginning of the season, despite not having their leading rushers from last year. The guy they had in at quarterback, Deontay Edwards, who will play wide receiver tonight, he rushed for 321 yards in those first two games.
Well, sometimes it's just plug and play is what it ends up being. And, they've got good athletes, and you heard Terry Harrison talk about the fact some mistakes just were really costly to them. And I think that'll be a key again tonight. I mean, turnovers always play a part in any game when you have situations, but you can't give up points. You have to make people earn them. Even on turnovers, you got to make people earn them. And Dodge has thrown 2 pick sixes. They talked about last week of giving away 2 scores, offensively on turnovers. Those are things that are momentum killers, and they turn games around real quickly. And hopefully tonight, Dodge City will value the football, take good care of it, eliminate those mistakes, and force Heights to work to get everything they get.
Yeah, certainly the case. The captain's going out to the field for the opening coin toss. We'll go ahead and step aside for a break. We'll let you know what happens with the coin toss when we come back, and we should be ready for kickoff. Stay tuned to Red Demon Football on Z98.
The Best Western North Edge Inn is the only hotel located in North Dodge City and right across the road from the Village Square Mall. This hotel is rated #1 on TripAdvisor and offers easy access, shuttle service, amazing large rooms, a full hot breakfast, as well as a clean and comfortable atmosphere that will help you feel right at home. Next time you need a hotel or have company coming to town, check into the Best Western North Edge Inn. See for yourself why they're the #1 hotel in Dodge City. Call for reservations 620-371-6441.
Doctors care for us when we are most vulnerable and help us regain and maintain our health. Pratt Internal Medicine physicians serve as primary care physicians. Internal medicine training focuses solely on diseases facing adults. To connect with one of our doctors to care for your health needs, contact Pratt Internal Medicine Group on Country Club Road. And like us on Facebook.
Whether it's prescriptions or over-the-counter medications, Gibson's Pharmacy is always here to help. Gibson's offers several ways to make it easier on you to get your monthly medications. Ask about automated med boxes or medication synchronization. Both services will help you manage your medications easier with no additional cost to you. When it comes to over-the-counter remedies, we're your one-stop shop.
Stop in and visit us at our new location, Gibson's Pharmacy, 2401 Central Avenue, Dodge City.
Gibson's Pharmacy.
Ready to work for the largest car dealership in western Kansas? Lewis Automotive is looking for bilingual salespeople for Lewis Ford of Dodge City. If you're motivated by money and looking for a job that will pay you for as hard as you work, then this is for you. Lewis Ford of Dodge City offers excellent pay and bonus plans, paid sick and vacation time, retirement plan with match medical and dental insurance, and more. Apply in person to Lewis Ford of Dodge City, 200 Military, or send resume to jobs@buylewis.com. Lewis Automotive is an equal opportunity employer.
Back into Wichita Heights High School as we are ready for the opening kickoff of tonight's game. Dodge City not winning the toss. Wichita Heights won the toss. They deferred to the second half, so Dodge City will get the ball to start out. Back to return the opening kick. Dawson Williams for the Red Demons, also Jael Johnson and Tade Pike back there as well. Kicking off for Wichita Heights, the starting defensive back and senior Ryan Hatchett. He will handle the kicking and PAT responsibilities this evening as Hatchett gets ready to put his right leg into this one. Heights wearing the red jerseys, black pants, black helmets. Dodge City, the all-white uniforms, red numbers with red helmets. As we are moments away from getting this underway, Phil Stevenson, Ryan Stone, our sideline guy, Gideon Wells, here with you from Wichita Heights. Right leg of this one, low spiraling kicks, hits off the foot of Pike back at the 10, and it's scooped up by Dawson Williams. Williams will run his way out across the 20s, brought down right there at the 20s, so a return of about 10 yards, and that's where the Red Demons will start the opening possession. Time for your Lop Motors starting lineups. The starting offensive line for the Red Demons. The center is Weston Moon. The right guard, Evan Darville. The right tackle, Eric Rial. The left guard is Marcos Fisher. The left tackle is Giancarlo Rodriguez. The quarterback is Bo Foster. The running back, Jael Johnson. The receivers, Carlos Gamboa, Dejan Delgado, Dawson Williams, and Sam Mead. 4 wide set, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Hands off to Johnson, running to the right side, breaks off one tackler at the 20, and picks his way down to around the 23, gains 3, and to bring up 2nd and 7. Starters on the offensive line, or on the defensive line for Wichita Heights in that 4-3 front. Adrian Roberts, Dalen Williams, Hagan Henderson, Austin McCartney will get the rest after this second play. 2nd and 7. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, 2 backs. Williams fires one out to the far flat to Dawson Williams, hits off his chest. It was covered well as he drops it. It'll bring up 3rd and 7. The linebackers for Wichita Heights, Javion Johnson, Elias Mahano, Caleb Washington. The cornerbacks are B.J. Richard and Keyshawn Howell. The safeties are Jameer Johnson and Cole Largent. So 3rd and 7 for the Red Demons with 11-17 going the opening quarter. Ball at their own 23. Bo Foster looks to the wristband to get the next play. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. The back Johnson to his right as the sophomore stares down the 4-3 defense. Drops the pass, throws the bubble screen out to the far side. That hit Williams in the hands, but the pass was a little low and well covered. Couldn't hang on. It falls incomplete. It'll be 4th and 7 for the Red Demons, and they'll have to punt in the early going.
Well, twice they tried to do that slip screen to the far side of the field. That's a tough throw. The wind is kind of out of the southeast tonight. That was directly into the wind, and first time was a good pass. Second time it wasn't a very good pass, and Dodge City comes up short on their opening drive of picking up the first down.
Carlos Fernandez will come on to punt. He'll stand back at his own 10. 2 guys for Wichita Heights waiting back at the 45 for the return.
We have 12 guys on the field, just in case you want to know.
Saw the flag, and it's legal substitution against Dodge City. That's 5 yards and back them up to the 18. So that'll allow the 2 return men to scooch up a little and improve Wichita Heights field position even further. Returning the punt for Wichita Heights, Keyshawn Howell and B.J. Richard. So now Fernandez waits back at his own 5. Takes a chest-high snap, gets it away cleanly, but doesn't get much on it. It's spiraling towards the Heights sideline. It lands out of bounds at around the 25. We'll see where they spot this. They will spot it at the 25. So that punt goes 7 yards, and Wichita Heights will start with excellent field position at the Dodge City 25. The starters for Wichita Heights on offense. On the offensive line, the left tackle is Trey's Johnson. The left guard, Terry Jenkins. The center is Ryan Depperschmidt. The right guard, Jaden Edwards. The right tackle, Andrew Gray. The quarterback is Cavante Baker. The backs in the wing T are Ryan Hatchett, Ahmad Hubbard, Dejan Scott. The receivers are Deontay Edwards and Cortez Orange II. We'll get the Red Demon defense after this as they come out in their 3-4. Shotgun formation for Baker in the early going, not lining up in the wing T. Gives to Scott, tries to go to the right, got cut off, now bowls his way back up the right side. Fights his way down to about the 20. It's a gain of about 5. Bring up 2nd and 5 for the Falcons. Starters on defense for the Red Demons on the defensive line, Marcos Fisher, Evan Darville, and Aaron Nelson. Linebackers are Sam Mead, Tommy Bermudez, Jay-Sean Taylor, and Carlos Fernandez. Secondary, Jael Johnson, Dejan Delgado, Bo Foster, and Carlos Gamboa. Actually, Dawson Williams and Carlos Gamboa. Shotgun formation for Baker. Baker fakes the give, keeps it himself, runs off the right side, runs into a brick wall, bounces off a couple tackles, though, and then he's gang tackled back at the 22. So excellent pursuit to the ball by the Red Demons. They push him back for a loss of 2. It'll make it 3rd and 7 for Heights.
A lot of penetration by the defensive front for Dodge City. They blew up the play early, and even though Baker broke a tackle, there were plenty of Red Demon defenders there to make the play.
Shotgun again, 3 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left, and a back to the left. He'll drop the pass, throws the lefty pass out in the flat, hits his receiver at the 13. Edwards breaks off a tackle and then drags the defender down to the 10. It's a gain of 12 and a first down for the Falcons. So Baker showing the ability to pass, the junior quarterback, known mostly for his running ability. Threw a pretty good ball there.
He did throw a good ball, and it was just about a 10-yard hitch pattern, and he got his man Deontay Edwards, hit him right in the numbers. Good pickup for the Falcons.
9:39 to go in the first quarter, still scoreless. 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. First down for Heights, first and goal from the 10. They fake the give to Scott. Baker keeps himself, runs to the right side, breaks off one tackle, now brings it back and reverses field, and he's going to score. Goes in basically untouched after being touched at the 5, and it's a 10-yard rushing touchdown for Cavante Baker. His first of the season. Comes with 9:24 to go in the opening quarter. 10-yard run for Heights, and it's 6-0. Coming on to kick the extra point, Ryan Hatchett. To do the hold, Deontay Edwards. It looks like they're a man short. I'll have to send defensive lineman Hagan Henderson out on the field. Get that 11th man out there. Low snap. Edwards able to get it down, but it's blocked. Hits it right into the back of the offensive line. It's no good. There was a flag thrown back in the end zone. We'll see what the call is. And that kick stood absolutely no chance of going through. And it's a personal foul against Dodge City. So it looks like Heights now, they've got the offense huddled up over on the sideline. So it looks like Heights, with the ball being moved to the 1, might choose to go for 2.
I don't see why they wouldn't. You put the football at the 1.5-yard line and see what you could do to pick up the 2 points.
They are
not sure what happened. I couldn't hear over the band playing what the official said over the PA system, but apparently it was something not allowed on special teams.
Cavante Baker, the quarterback, back out on the field with the offense. 3 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left, and a back to the left for Baker as they go for 2. He'll take the snap, runs the option, pitches to Scott, and Scott will stroll in off the left side. It is 8-0 Wichita Heights. 9:24 to go in the first quarter. We'll be back with the ensuing kickoff. You're listening to Red Demon Football on Z98.
Did you know that Dodge City Community College offers 15 different certificate programs and has advisors that will work with you one-on-one to make sure that if you're transferring to a higher education college, all your credit hours will as well. Enjoy hands-on experience while earning your degree for an affordable cost and a flexible class schedule, including day, night, and online classes, affordable credit hours, and the offer of free tutoring. Dodge City Community College can help you get your career started. For more information, see their website, dc3.edu. At Dodge City Community College, success starts here. Kelly Hendricks, DDS, has been brightening smiles in Dodge City and the surrounding communities since 1985. Kelly and his dedicated staff are ready to serve you and your family with comprehensive dentistry from infants to adults. A proud graduate of Dodge City High School, Kelly would like to wish the Dodge City Red Demon young men and women a great year in both sports and scholastics. Our students today are our leaders for tomorrow. Every day is a new opportunity. You can build on yesterday's success and start over again today and the next. From Kelly Hendricks, DDS.
8-0 Wichita Heights following the 10-yard touchdown run by Cavante Baker. Put them on top, and then a 2-point conversion run in by DeJuan Scott. Took advantage of good field position. That drive starting at the 25, and the kickoff will land, bounce into the end zone for a touchback. So Dodge City once again will start at their own 20.
Well, you can't go 3 out again because it's going to be tough punting into this 20-plus mile-an-hour wind this evening, and I don't care which team does it.
As they are heading towards that win right now as Dodge City heads to our right. Shotgun formation, 2 backs to his right. Fakes the give. Foster will keep it himself, runs to the left side. He's got some room to run, takes a big lick, but falls forward to the 25. So a gain of 5 for Foster. Bring up 2nd and 5 for the Red Demons.
Good misdirection play that time as Foster faked to Pike in the backfield, and they pulled Sam Mead. Looked like he was going to run a trap play, and the defensive end followed him, and it opened things up.
Foster in the shotgun, 3 receivers right, 1 left, brings the receiver Williams in motion, but it's a bad snap, hit off Foster's hands. The ball is loose back at the 12, and it looks like Wichita Heights got on top of it. There is a flag down at the 22. Wichita Heights was able to recover, but the near side official is running in to inform the head official.
We had 5 guys in the backfield. I can tell you exactly what it is.
It's going to go a legal procedure against Dodge City, so that'll obviously be declined, and now Heights will have the ball at the Dodge City 12. So once again, excellent starting field position for Wichita Heights with 8:49 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, the snap went right through Bo Foster's hands, and he could not recover it, and it's a turnover for Dodge City.
It looks like he just kind of took his eyes off the ball when Williams started coming in motion. Cavante Baker will bring the offense back out on the field. Once again in the shotgun, not running that patented wing T. 2 receivers to each side with a back to the left. Brings 1 receiver in motion. He will give to that receiver, and he runs it out inside the 10, the 5. He's going to stroll in untouched. Armand Hubbard with a 12-yard touchdown run, and just like that, it is 14-0 Wichita Heights with 8:41 to go in the first quarter.
Well, that's a little misdirection play that time, and it worked in their favor. Nobody was out on the perimeter for Dodge City, and Hubbard basically just walked in for the score.
And it looks like Heights will once again go for 2. Cavante Baker and DeJuan Scott back out, stay out on the field. Baker will go in the shotgun, 3 receivers right, 1 left. Movement up front on the near left side, and it's encroachment on Dodge City. So once again, they'll give them half the distance, and Heights will get a chance to go from 2 from the 1.5.
Just like the last time, and that's the 3rd special teams penalty against Dodge City thus far, and we haven't even played 4 minutes yet.
Shotgun formation, Baker takes a snap, drops the pass, throws it in the flat, tried to hit his receiver Edwards on a crossing pattern and overthrew him badly. So it falls incomplete, but it's 14-0 Wichita Heights, 8:41 to go in the first quarter. You're listening to Red Demon Football on Z98.
As Red Demon athletes prepare to take the fields and the courts this fall, Family Practice Associates stands ready to help them. Our team of Doctors Conant, Presley, Algram, Williams, and Trotter can take care of their health care needs and their sports injuries. We provide a full spectrum of family medicine. We care for adults and kids. We do cancer screening and delivering of moms and caring for their babies. For an appointment, call 225-1650. Go Demons and push hard and succeed.
You work hard every day to create that life that you dream about, but sometimes you just want one place to escape, to relax, to enjoy. Sometimes you just need to find your oasis. Austin Pools and Spas can help you find this right in your own backyard with an in-ground swimming pool. From your back door, you can step right into your own private paradise. Any day becomes an occasion when you bring family and friends together for fun and excitement in your own backyard with an in-ground pool from Austin Pools and Spas. Locally owned and operated in Dodge City and Garden City and serving all of Southwest Kansas.
14-0 lead for Wichita Heights. Ensuing kickoff recovered by Tade Pike. He'll return up to about the 24, and he is stood up there. Not going any further than that, and that's where the Red Demons will start with the ball at their own 24, and already 14-0. Dodge City fumbling on their last possession gave Wichita Heights great starting field position at the Dodge City 12, and it took Wichita Heights one play to take advantage of it. A 12-yard rushing touchdown from Armand Hubbard.
Well, Heights has only run 5 plays. Dodge City has run 5 plays. The difference is that Heights has started at the Dodge City 25 and the Dodge City 12, and now Dawson Williams is in at quarterback.
3 receivers left, 1 right with a back to the left. Williams takes the snap, fakes the give, he'll run it himself, had a big hole off the right side, bowls over a couple defenders and stretches out to the 31. That's a gain of 7 for Williams. That'll bring up 2nd and 3 for the Red Demons.
I'm sure this is something that Heights has seen, but they probably didn't prepare much for it this week.
As Williams once again in the shotgun, 2 receivers to each side. He'll take the snap, run straight ahead, gets out across the 34 to the 35. That's a gain of 4. It'll move the chains for Dodge City.
I guarantee you what this is about right here is the difficulty that Bo Foster is having trying to get the ball throwing through the wind. And now You got to find a way to move the football, and this is something different that Heights hadn't seen on film this year, and now Dawson Williams is in the game.
He'll give to Pike, sweeping off to the far side, out across the 35, the 40. He's thrown down at the 40, and he gains 5. That'll bring up 2nd and 5 for Dodge City, moving the ball on this third possession after struggling on the first 2.
Well, you got to give your defensive guys a little bit of rest if you can, and you also got to find a way to try to move the football up the field and change the field position.
Shotgun formation for Williams. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Gives to Pike. Pike runs to the left side and runs into a wall of defenders at the 40 for no gain. So it'll be 3rd and 5 for the Red Demons. With 7:20 to go in the opening quarter, already 14-0 Wichita Heights. Williams in the shotgun has 3 receivers to the right and 1 to the left with a back to the left. Now Williams will change the play as they all check the wristbands. Williams once again down in the stance. Takes the snap, fakes the give, keeps it himself running off the left side, breaks out of an ankle tackler and drags the defender across the 45 to the 46 and a first down for the Red Demons. Excellent running by Dawson Williams, broke 2 tackles to pick up another first down. So Williams now once again staying at quarterback as he looks over to Coach Foster on the far side to get the play. 6:40 to go in the opening quarter, 14-0 Wichita Heights. Shotgun formation for Williams. Williams takes the snap. He'll throw the bubble screen out in the flat, hits Sam Mead in the hands, but it falls incomplete at the 47. And I believe our sideline guy, Gideon Wells, saying that he's got something on Bo Foster down there on the field.
With Bo Foster, they're just going through a couple precautions with concussion. He got a little banged up on that fumble, and at the bottom of the pile, he was at the brunt of it. So they're just going through precautions right now. Back up to you guys.
Good information there from our sideline guy, Gideon Wells. Dawson Williams takes a direct snap, runs off the right side, stretches across midfield before he's pushed back. That goes for a gain of about 4 as he got to the Wichita Heights 49. That'll bring up 3rd and 6 for Dodge City. But the first time they've been in Wichita Heights territory this evening.
Well, this is a big 3rd down because you've been able to change a little bit of the field position, but you got to find a way to change some more of it. It's a big play for the Red Demons right here.
Williams in the shotgun as he looks over to the far side. They'll change the play as they look at the wristbands. 3 receivers right, 1 left, and a back to the left. Williams takes the snap. There was movement over on that far side. Wide receiver Josh Harshberger, the sophomore, took off a little early. That's false start. It'll back the Red Demons up 5 yards back into their own territory at the 46. And now it's 3rd and 11.
You hate to see that happen because perimeter players should just be seeing the snap of the football. They don't really have to get a great break on anything. And right there, Harshberger just took off a little bit early, and that cost Dodge City 5 yards.
Shotgun formation, 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Williams will take the snap now, rolls right, looks for Sam Mead. He hits him up at the 41. That's a first down for the Red Demons. An excellent pass by Dawson Williams to Sam Mead. It goes for a gain of 13, and a first down for the Red Demons.
Really good pass by Williams right there as he picks up first down yardage, keeps this drive alive for Dodge City.
3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, a back to the left. Fakes the give to Pike and now runs it right downhill. Big hole across Main Street, bowls over a couple defenders at the 30 and spins his way down to the 28. Another gain of 13 for the Red Demons. And with Dawson Williams in at quarterback, the Red Demons are marching. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, and a back to the left. Takes another snap, fakes the give to Pike, runs it again. He's met in the backfield, stood up. He's able to twist his way and get up to back to the line of scrimmage. The ball came loose at the end, but the near official saying that he was down. Or that the forward progress had been stopped at the 28. So no gain. They'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Red Demons. 4:53 to go in the opening quarter. Already a 14-0 lead for Wichita Heights. Williams will have 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. The back will be Johnson to his left. At least that's the initial formation. Now they'll move Mead and Johnson to the right. So 2 receivers to each side, a back to the right for Williams in the shotgun. Williams takes a snap, looks to pass, throws quickly out in the flat to Gamboa, threw it behind him, and it comes up incomplete. That'll bring up 3rd and 10 for Dodge City.
By that time, Williams just tried to get rid of that ball quickly because they were trying to get it to Gamboa to give him a chance to make a move, and he just kind of rushed things and threw it right into the ground.
Shotgun formation, 3 receivers to the left and 1 to the right, with a back to the right. Williams in the shotgun, checks the wristband. And he'll take the snap. Gives to Johnson. Johnson runs up a big hole through the middle, twists his way down to the 22. So Johnson picked up about 6. It'll make it 4th and about 4 for the Red Demons. So they're obviously going to go for it, I would say, at the 22, down by 2 touchdowns. See what they try to draw up on 4th and 4.
Right you are, sir. I think you got to try to draw him offside with a hard count.
Shotgun formation for Williams. 2 receivers to each side and a back to the left. 15 on the play clock. Williams checks the wristband. Now back down in the stance to take the snap. With 8 on the play clock, he'll snap. Williams looks to run straight ahead. He runs into a wall of defenders and gets no push whatsoever. He stopped at the 21, and that's where Wichita Heights will take over on down. So the Red Demons able to move the ball. Moved it from the 24 to the Wichita Heights 21, but we'll get no points out of it, and Heights will get to send their offense back out on the field. Granted, this is by far their worst starting field position. Previous 2 drives started at the Dodge City 25 and the Dodge City 12. So Heights will bring their offense back out. Cavante Baker is rushed for 1 touchdown, and Armand Hubbard rushed for the other. Shotgun formation with 2 receivers to each side and a back to the left. They'll bring Hubbard in motion again, fakes the give, and now Baker runs it himself off the right side, drags a couple defenders out across the 30 to the 31. He kept the legs churning and got a first down for Wichita Heights. He drugged those defenders for 5 yards.
Yeah, the first contact did not stop him, neither did the second contact that time, and he was able to get upfield and pick up a first down yardage. And this guy's a very solid runner up inside, even though he's the quarterback.
He's not the biggest kid either, at 173 pounds, but he's able to run through some tackles. 3 receivers to the left, a back to the right for Baker in the shotgun. Gives to Scott this time, sweeping to the near side, out across the 30. He's wrapped up at the 35. That's a gain of 4. Amani Collins and Jay-Sean Taylor on the tackle. Gonna bring up 2nd and 6 for Heights. 2:50 to go in the opening quarter. 14-0 for the Falcons.
And the flex bone that we expected to see from Heights has yet to make an appearance tonight. It's 4 wide receivers, 2 guys in the slot, sometimes using a tight end with 3 wide receivers and just 2 guys in the backfield.
Shotgun formation for Baker. Has 2 receivers right, 1 left. Now a back to his left with Scott. Looking at the 3-4 alignment. Fakes the give to Scott. Baker runs it himself, sweeping out to the far side. He's out across the 40 and got room to run. Jukes out of 1 tackle at the 45. Now across midfield as he cuts it back to the near side of the field. He's at the 35, the 30, the 20. He's going to outrun the defenders down the near side and score another touchdown for Wichita Heights. A big-time run from 65 yards out by Cavante Baker, and that's the electricity you talk about with him at quarterback. It is now 20-0 Wichita Heights with 2:09 to go in the first quarter.
That's just athleticism that Dodge City can't match. That's the best way to describe it, because he broke a couple of tackles, juked a couple of people, cut back across the field, and outran the Dodge City defense the rest of the way to the corner.
And it looks like Heights will go for 2 as Cavante Baker stays out with the offense. First extra point that they did attempt, even though it didn't count because of a penalty, it went into the back of the offensive line. Baker in the shotgun, faked the give to Scott. Kevin himself runs to the right side, jukes back to the inside. He'll stroll in for the 2-point conversion. It is 22-0 Wichita Heights, 2:09 to go in the first quarter. We'll be back with the ensuing kickoff. You're listening to Red Demon Football on Z98.
Having adequate insurance coverage is important, but there's much more you can do to protect yourself as well. You know how funny a text can be when your autocorrect takes over. A second glance can change your life forever. You know not to text and drive, so why do you still do it? No texting and driving, not even once. Pull over and send your text or wait till you arrive alive.
Let's work together to safeguard the things you treasure.
For everything in life that needs protection, ask Parker Haskins.
Superior Fence of Western Kansas has been providing quality fencing to Southwest Kansas for over 30 years. From vinyl fencing to chain link, you'll see that Superior Fence goes above and beyond to exceed your standards. Superior Fence has all commercial, residential, and municipal fences priced affordably so you don't have to spend a fortune. And their products and workmanship come with warranties to back them up. When it comes to the highest quality of fencing that meets your needs and budget, Superior Fence of Western Kansas is the one to call. Locally owned and operated. Stop in and see Dean today.
22-0 Wichita Heights following the 65-yard rushing touchdown by Cavante Baker and the two-point conversion. Ensuing kickoff return by Tate Pike out across the 25, gets up to the 30, and that's where he stopped. So the Red Demons will start with their best starting field position yet, the ball at their own 30. They did move the ball on the last drive, took it from their own 24 to the Heights 21, but stalled out there.
Yeah, with 13 plays, and you know, you hoped you'd be able to find a way to convert fourth down, but they fell short, and then Heights turns around and goes 79 yards in 3 plays with Cavante Baker going 65 yards on that final play of that drive for another Heights touchdown.
Dawson Williams back out at quarterback. Bo Foster being checked out for a concussion. 2 receivers to each side with a back to the right for Williams. Gives to Johnson as he cuts it up in the inside. Does not have much room. He bounces to the 31 and brought down quickly by Henderson. So a gain of 1. I'll give him 2 actually. Bring up 2nd and 8 for the Red Demons. 2 receivers to each side and a back to the right for Williams. In the shotgun again. Takes the snap. Fakes the handoff. Now he'll run it himself out to the far side. Couple flags fly, and Williams is brought down back at the 31. That's a loss of a yard on the carry.
It's either holding or a chop block. I don't think there's going to be any question because 2 officials threw it. It's a chop block.
Chop block on Dodge City, so that'll back them up. Makes it even more difficult. I think it's going to be, what's it going to make it about 2nd and 18? See where they end up spotting it.
Well, it depends on where they mark it. It's from the spot of the foul, which is back at the 30, so it's a 17-yard penalty.
Takes them back to the 15. They need the 40 for a first down, so it is 2nd and 25 for Dodge City. Minute and a half to go in the first quarter, trailing 22-0 at Wichita Heights. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, and a back to the left. Williams in at quarterback. He'll throw the quick screen out in the flat to Gamboa, and he is wrapped up and thrown down at the 13. Excellent pursuit on defense from Wichita Heights. Leading the way, Elias Mahano, the senior. Loss of 2. And it's now 3rd and 27 for the Red Demons.
About that, yeah. It's a lot, and I think right now, they've called, they've stopped play or stopped the clock, trying to get Dodge City helmet fixed. Looks like that's number 74 over there, Giancarlo Rodriguez, and now he's going to have to leave the field.
So they will send out to replace him Nick Harlan, the senior. So Williams in at shotgun, 3 receivers to the left and 1 to the right with a back to the left. All back at their own 13. Under a minute to go in the first quarter. Williams fakes the pass and now tucks it down and runs. Gets out across the 15 and runs into some defenders at the 20 and bounces to the 22. Brought down after a gain of 9. Still 4th and about Dodge City for the Red Demons, and they'll have to punt.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised Heights didn't take a timeout and try to conserve a little more time with the wind, but maybe they don't feel like they're going to need it.
And Dodge City will have to punt this away before the end of the quarter. There's about a 7-second difference between the play clock and the game clock. Fernandez gets a better leg into this one, but still doesn't go far. It's fielded at the 43, streaking down the near sideline on the return. That's B.J. Richard. He's knocked out of bounds at the 35. So Heights will start with an excellent field position again at the Dodge City 35. They have had This will be their 4th possession. 3 of them will have started in Dodge City territory.
Punt of 21 yards that time by Fernandez.
13 seconds to go in the first quarter. Heights is already firmly in control, up 22-0. Baker comes out in the shotgun. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Actually more of a pistol as Scott lines up to the back of Baker. He'll run the option, and he is swarmed back at the 38. Leading the pursuit was Evan Darville on the 3-yard loss. That'll bring up 2nd and 13, and that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. Wichita Heights firmly in control, 22-0 here at Wichita Heights. We'll step aside, and we'll come back with the start of the second quarter. You're listening to Red Demon Football on Z98.
Power Days are here. Ram Power Days at Lot Motors. Everyone needs a tough, reliable pickup, and you won't find a better dealership in all of Southwest Kansas to provide you with better care and service. Take advantage of incredible pricing on select new Ram Quad and Crew Cabs at Lot Motors in Dodge City. It's the Ram Power Days event now through October 2nd. Stop in and speak with Rod, Jesus, David, or Jeff, and let them get you in an award-winning Ram truck today. Lot Motors, located under the Great American flag in Dodge City. Your Ram truck headquarters in Southwest Kansas.
United Wireless with the best coverage, best network, best rates, and right now 50% off starter smartphones and only $5 a month on the Samsung Galaxy Grand Prime and Motorola E2. The best deals are at United Wireless. Through all of September, United Wireless is offering the Samsung Galaxy Grand Prime for $0 down and only $5 a month with contract, and Motorola E2 $0 down and only $5 a month with contract. When you work and play in Southwest Kansas, United Wireless has the best network, best coverage, and best rates. Also free activation on each new line. Limited time offer. See store for details.
Start of the second quarter as the Red Demons trail Wichita Heights 22-0 on the road. Phil Stevenson, Gideon Wells, and Ryan Stone coming to you from Wichita Heights. Shotgun formation for Cavante Baker as they're in Dodge City territory. 2nd and 12 at the 37. Baker fakes the give, keeps it himself, shoots up the middle of the field, and drags defenders down to the 25. They'll spot him at the 24. That's another first down for Heights. Cavante Baker is just electric in the open field. It's a gain of 13, and Heights moves the chains.
He is a tough guy to stop. There's no doubt about that, and he does seem to read the defense very well and has kept it when he's needed to keep it and given it away when he's needed to give it away.
Shotgun formation again. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. He'll roll left, puts the ball up towards the end zone. Had a receiver open, but it's swatted away at the last second by Dawson Williams. The pass was a little underthrown by Baker, and it'll bring up 2nd and 10. Good coverage in the secondary by Dawson Williams.
Pretty good throw into the wind, though, as he was able to get it down the field. And if Williams hadn't gotten back there and got a paw up there, it would have been another touchdown.
What does that say about Coach Harrison's trust in his arm to throw that ball into the wind like that from 35 yards out? Baker in the shotgun. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, with a back to the left. It is 22-0 Wichita Heights, 11:24 to go in the first half. Shotgun formation for Baker. Takes the snap. Fakes the pass. Now he runs it himself through a big hole off the left side. Jukes his way down inside the 20, then spins, makes the guy miss, and he'll stroll in down the left sideline. Another electric run for Cavante Baker from 24 yards out, and it is 28-0 Wichita Heights with 11:14 to go in the second quarter.
There's not much to say right now. He's just too much for the Dodge City defense to handle. Speed, elusiveness. Guys are not able to, and he's got some strength too, because guys are not able to bring him down one-on-one.
And they'll go for 2 again. They're going to go up 30-0. There's still 11 minutes to play in the first half. Heights taking their time getting the play in, just 5 on the play clock. Baker pointing that out. He'll try to get it off in time. He snaps it with 1 second on the play clock, throws the screen pass out in the flat to Scott. He will break a tackle and roll into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. It is 30-0 Wichita Heights here at Heights. 11:14 to go in the first half. We'll be back with the ensuing kickoff. Stay tuned to Red Demon Football on Z98.
a dental office that puts you first. Two great practices, Lemcooler Dental and Asbjornson Dental, have merged to become First Dental. This move allows expansion of services and new technology to better serve their new and existing patients. The same great faces you already know will greet patients in an updated environment that represents a commitment to the future. Dr. Ryan Lemcooler and Dr. Katie Asbjornson and staff look forward to seeing you soon. First Dental, 2306 First Avenue, 620-371-6630 or 620-225-5154 in Dodge City.
Jack. Remember Jack? You know Jack. Well, Jack at Ace Hardware is done with summer. It's gotta go. All of it. 10 to 50% off all summer seasonal items, including pots, mowers, patio furniture, and umbrellas. Yard art, pool chemicals, window air conditioning units, ice coolers, fire pits, hammocks, elevated garden beds, tiki lights, pool floaties, limestone college rocks. Hurry and pick from a huge group of summer items. Your patio, yard, pool will love it. Ace Hardware in Dodge City, where everyone there knows Jack.
Incoming kickoff picked up by J.O. Johnson at 25. He'll reverse field over to the far side. Gets out across the 40 to the 45. He's run out of bounds at the 46. So J.O. Johnson, it's a nice return of about 26. Dodge City will get decent starting field position at their own 46. And they need points, trailing 30 to nothing with 11:04 to go in the second quarter.
Well, I guess we'll find out here as Dodge City gets their first possession with the wind as to whether or not Bo Foster can come back and play quarterback, be able to use the wind to his advantage, or if it's going to be Dawson Williams.
It looks like it is still going to be Dawson Williams.
Yeah, it does.
So Williams still in at quarterback. Bo Foster was being checked for a concussion earlier. Still has not returned since the first drive. The second drive. Two receivers to each side. Williams gives to Johnson, sweeping to the near side, and Johnson is swarmed at the 47. Got a yard and nothing more as he was brought down quickly. And bring up 2nd and 9 for Dodge City.
It's just tough to run on the perimeter, and I know that Heights has had some problems defending that, but their speed negates what Dodge City right now is able to do, trying to get the ball on the perimeter of their defense.
Low snap. Williams has to scoop it up and run straight ahead, breaks an ankle tackle and strolls across midfield, bowling his way down to the secondary. He takes a big lick around the 32, but it's a first down for the Red Demons. That goes for 21 yards. And it looks like the player still down on the field at the 30. I think that is Dawson Williams
yeah,
after he took that big shot there at the 32. I mean, it was right under his chin where he took the shot. He's down on the field with his helmet off.
Well, he did not see that safety that was split out to try to cover a pass play, and then that safety came back inside. He was looking to his left, and he tried to cut back to his right, and he cut right into that safety. I couldn't tell you who it was, but he did. He hit him, lifted him up off the ground, and he hit hard. And
to do that, I mean, Dawson Williams is not a small kid. 6'3", probably plus 180 pounds.
Well, he's up off the ground walking off, but
that's a good sign.
It may be a little bit before we see him back as well.
We'll see what the Red Demons try to do at quarterback now, but that was a big run from Dawson Williams. He gained 21 yards. Dodge City with the ball now at the Heights 32 with 10:27 to go in the second quarter.
Well, more than likely it'll be Bowen Smith who will step in at quarterback now. He'll be the third signal caller of the night for the Red Demons.
Smith, a 6-foot, 137-pound junior, if he does come in, and he will. So Smith come in the shotgun. Two receivers to each side and a back to the left. Looking at that 4-3 front for Heights. Low snap, throws the quick out to Gamboa. And that pass was a little low for Gamboa. Comes up incomplete, and it'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Red Demons. So Bowen Smith looking over to the far sideline now to get the play in. As now Dodge City down to their third string quarterback. Two receivers to each side. Shotgun for Smith. It's a bad snap. He has to fall on it back at the 41. So that's a loss of 8. And now it's 3rd and 18 for the Red Demons. So after a big run from Dawson Williams, he has to come out of the game after taking a big shot. And now Dodge City has lost 8 yards. Shotgun formation for Smith. He'll have two receivers to each side with Johnson to his right. Smith checks the wristband. 15 on the play clock. 9:45 to go in the first half. It's 30-0 Wichita Heights. They show blitz. They'll come after Smith. Smith throws it out in the flat, overthrows Harshberger, and it will fall incomplete at the 38. So that will bring to end another what looked like was going to be a promising drive for the Red Demons.
Well, I think right now you just got to try to flip the field a little bit and go ahead and kick it.
And they will send Fernandez out to punt. With 9:38 to go in the first half. Hernandez waits back at his own 45. Trying to get the punt in. There's nobody back to return for Heights. Low snap to Fernandez. Has to pick it up off the bounce. He'll angle kick this one towards the near side. It'll bounce inside the 20 and roll out of bounds around the 16. So that punt goes about 29 yards. And that's where Heights will start with the ball at their own. I'll spot them at their own 17. By far, Heights' worst starting field position. But so far, 4 drives and 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, it really hasn't mattered at this point where they've started with the football. They've just been able to move it. I mean, their touchdown drives, 3 of them in Dodge City territory, but their longest drive thus far has been 4 plays. And the 79-yard drive for a touchdown only took 3 plays. So with Baker back at the helm at quarterback, they have been a quick strike offense here against the Red Demons.
Baker in the shotgun has 3 receivers to his left, 1 to the right, and a back to his left. He'll look to pass, throws the bubble screen out to the far side and threw it short. There's a flag back on the play. It looks like that's going to be maybe a personal foul on Dodge City as they laid Baker out back behind the play. And it's roughing the passer on Dodge City. So that'll improve the field position for Heights and gives them an automatic first down.
6th penalty of the football game against the Red Demons for 45 yards.
Which is pretty uncharacteristic. We haven't seen them have a lot of penalties in either game so far this season. Cavante Baker and Wichita Heights rattling the Red Demons in the first half. Baker looks to the near side to get the play. And it is 30-0 Wichita Heights with 9:23 to go in the second quarter. Baker in the shotgun has 3 receivers to his left and a back, and now 2 receivers to his right. He brings Scott in motion, gives to Scott, sweeping over to the far side. Hurdles him in at the 35, bowls his way out across the 40, and drags defenders to the 43. It's another first down for Wichita Heights on a 10-yard carry for Scott. Their whole backfield is dangerous.
Well, right now they are. There's no doubt. And obviously the guys that were suspended certainly have brought their A game here in their opening game, game 3 of the season against Dodge City.
I'll make a couple changes. They send a couple new guys out on the field. Wichita Heights does. They send in B.J. Richard at receiver. 4 receivers set, 2 to each side, and a back to the right. Takes the snap, drops the pass, throws the bubble screen out to the near side, hits Orange the second. He'll pick his way up inside the 47. And gains about 4 or 5. And I'll bring up 2nd and 5 for the Falcons. With 8.5 minutes to go in the first half. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers to each side, and a back to the left. Baker brings Hubbard in motion, and a flag flies right at the snap. So a false start against Heights. That'll back them up 5 yards. So that takes it back to 2nd and 10 for the Falcons.
Just the first penalty tonight against the Falcons.
Baker in the shotgun will have 2 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right, and a back to the right. Back to the left, actually. They'll bring Hubbard in motion. He fakes the give to Hubbard, runs downhill, and he bounces off a tackler at the line of scrimmage, spins out to the near side, over on the near sideline, jukes back to the inside, shoots up the seam, breaks through 3 tacklers, drags the defender across the 40, breaks out of an ankle tackle. He's at the 30, and he's going to stroll. Nothing but green grass in front, and a touchdown for Cavante Baker. I think he broke a tackle from the whole defense for Dodge City on that play.
He might have. You might be right. 58 yards, 4th touchdown rushing tonight for Cavante Baker. He's already got 176 yards in the first half and 4 scores.
It's already 36-0 Heights with 7:39 to go in the first half. And they'll go for 2. Try to make it 38-0. As Heights taking their time getting the play in for the 2-point conversion. They'll get set now at 10 on the play clock. And Orange still isn't set. They'll run up to the line quickly. And Baker will try to snap it in time. And it looks like Heights is going to take a timeout. They'll give it here since they're about to go for a 2-point conversion. I want to take 2 breaks back to back, but it is already 36-0 Heights with 7:39 to go in the first half. Cavante Baker, he averaged over 10 yards per carry last season. I would say his average is probably well above that tonight.
I tend to speculate that he's well over 20. How about that this evening, running the football? I've been very impressed. I think the biggest thing is he's got to be his vision as much as anything else to go along with his athleticism, because he's been able to juke defenders. He's been able to stop, start, find gaps. You know, he was 6 Dodge City defenders were around him, and he just went low and went underneath everybody and looked like he came out of a chute that you'd see at the playground.
I really think, if not the whole defense, 3/4 of the defense got a hand on him on that last play.
Well,
and he was able to take it to the house.
Now, here's a guy right now that hasn't played yet this season, and he's certainly showing that he wants to be back in there every day, and he's got a lot of energy in this first half.
That's for sure. He did not play the first 2 games of the season because he was suspended. That goes for DeJuan Scott, the starting running back as well. Baker will give to Scott as he sweeps out to the far side, jukes back to the inside, dives across the plane, and the 2-point conversion is good. 38-0, Wichita Heights, 7:39 to go in the first half. You're listening to Red Demon Football on Z98.
A family to care for, a future to plan for, assets to protect. With so many challenges to face every day, isn't it a good thing to know there's one company prepared to help you meet them all? The Prudential Insurance Company of America, the place people turn to for the things that matter most. Call your local financial professional, Greg Calzonetti, at 620-276-6202 to help you with your insurance and financial needs. The number again is 620-276-6202. Insurance issued by the Prudential Insurance Company of America.
There's still plenty of summer left, and the price is still hot at Long's in Dodge City. Long's summer clearance sale is in full swing, which means great savings on spring and summer apparel. Save 75% on the entire stock of Junior and Missy spring and summer sportswear, as well as 75% on a large selection of men's short sleeve shirts and men's shorts. Hurry in today for the best selection of spring and summer apparel, all at 75% savings right now at Long's. Located in the Central Oak Shopping Center in Dodge City and open 7 days a week for your shopping convenience.
38-0, Wichita Heights here at Wichita Heights as the Red Demons on the ensuing kickoff are wrapped up at the 23. So that's where Dodge City will start with the ball at their own 23. And it's 38-0 Wichita Heights. They have had their way here early on in this one. 7:35 to go in the second quarter. Bill Stevenson and Ryan Stone here with you.
Yeah, Bo Foster came out in the second possession after a fumble where he got dinged up and looked like percussion protocols taking him out of the game. Dawson Williams took a huge hit as he moved back to quarterback in the last drive. He's out, and now Bowen Smith, third-string quarterback, will lead the Red Demons.
4 receivers, 2 to each side, and a back to the left. The snap is fumbled by Bowen Smith. He has to dive on it at the 20. And that's a loss of 3. It'll bring up 2nd and 13 for the Red Demons. That's got to be the 4th or 5th fumbled snap we've seen tonight.
Well, we've had at least 3 that I'm aware of, maybe 4.
Smith in the shotgun again, has 2 receivers to each side. And now a back to the right on 2nd and 13. 7 minutes to go in the first half. Gives to Pike, who picks his way across the 23. And he gets back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 3rd and 10 for the Red Demons. 6:45 to go in the first half. Smith looks over to the far side to get the play in. He'll have a 4-receiver set, 2 to each side, and a back to the left. Smith, the sophomore, as Heights shows blitz. They'll come after him. He drops the pass, drops back inside the 15, hits his receiver out across the 25. He's thrown down at the 27 or 28. That's Sam Mead's second catch of the evening. And he's going to be well short of a first down. He gets about 4, makes it 4th and 6 for the Red Demons, and they will send on Fernandez to punt with 6:10 to go in the first half. Fernandez waiting back inside his own 15. Takes a low snap, scoops it off the turf, and gets it away cleanly. Nice end-over-end kick, fielded back at the 35, hits off the receiver's face mask. He's able to scoop it up, though, and he's thrown out of bounds at the 40. On the return was B.J. Richard. Fernandez punt goes about 38 yards. And Heights will start with the ball at their own 40. 5:48 to go in the first half. Already leading 38-0. Cavante Baker with, what did he have, 4 rushing touchdowns for Cavante Baker?
Tonight,
and
yes.
then Armand Hubbard has the other. Baker back in at quarterback. He'll have 3 receivers out to his left and a back to his left. 1 receiver over here on the near side to the right. He'll roll left. Pressure comes. Has to juke back to the inside. Breaks out of 1 tackler in the backfield. Puts it up downfield as a receiver wide open. It's caught inside the 30 at the 28. And a man is brought down around the 22. On the catch, that was Ryan Hatchett on a big-time completion from Cavante Baker, showing off the arm. That play goes for 38 yards. And it's a first down for Wichita Heights. And he was just wide open. Nobody was near him.
Somebody lost him in coverage. There was no doubt about that.
Baker in the shotgun. He looks over to the near side to get the play from Coach Harrison. 5:15 to go in the first half. Play clock down to 7. And I'll try to get it off quickly. Baker in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, and a back to the left. And now it looks like Harrison will burn his second timeout of the first half. So 5:04 to go in the first half. It is 38-0 Wichita Heights. Heights is on the move again. We'll be back. You're listening to Red Demon Football on Z98.
Welcome back to Freddy's, Ed. I see you brought a fellow steak burger lover.
1 minute. Sure did. Got to train my grandson in the fine art of lunch.
Yup, Grandpa says it's a lost art.
2 original doubles, please.
With cheese.
They're hitting the grill right now. At Freddy's, you'll always find that magical combination of families, fun, and food that's cooked to order. Freddy's frozen custard and steak burgers, the taste that brings you back.
Stop in today to your Dodge City's Freddy's frozen custard and steak burgers, located at 1800 West Wyatt Earp.
Village Square Mall is your one-stop for clothing, shoes, accessories, bedding, kitchenware, appliances, decor, and so much more. With a large variety of stores to choose from, you will have a plethora of choices for whatever it is you need today for yourself, a friend's birthday, or a family member, young or old. The Village Square Mall makes shopping easy and comfortable. Enjoy lunch or dinner, an ice cream cone, or a soda, and you can always catch the latest movies that are out all while shopping. Shop local at the Village Square Mall, located on Central Avenue in Dodge City.
38-0 Wichita Heights as they come out of the timeout with the ball at the Dodge City 22. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. He gives to Scott. Scott jukes to the outside, shoots up the seam, and rolls his way down to the 16. That's a gain of 6. They'll bring up 2nd and 4 for Heights as they continue to march up and down the field on the Red Demons. 4:45 to go in the first half. Baker in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Scott is to his right, but staggered behind him. He'll give to Scott. Scott hesitated. Now jukes back to the inside after making 1 defender miss. Picks his way down inside the 15 to the 14. There is a flag thrown back behind the play at the 19.
I think they're going to get a block in the back that time on one of the wide receivers for Heights. The head referee threw the flag, and that's exactly what they're going to get.
That'll back Heights up. It'll still be 2nd down, and it'll now be 2nd and long for Heights, as they'll mark this off from the 19 where the flag was thrown. That backs them up to the 29. Makes it We'll make it 2nd and 15 for Heights. 16 as they need 13 for a first down. Shotgun formation for Baker. 2 receivers right, 1 left, and a back to the left. Fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, running off the right side. Now jukes to the outside. He's inside the 25. The 20 gets a big block. Jukes back to the inside, and he strolls to the opposite side of the field for a 29-yard rushing touchdown. No flags, and Cavante Baker strikes pay dirt for the 5th time in the first half. With 4:05 to go in the second quarter, it is 44-0 Wichita Heights.
I don't know what else we could say that this kid hasn't done in the first half. He has just broken tackles.
Say they're going to attempt an extra point now.
And just run all over the Dodge City defense, unfortunately, this evening.
So they're going to try another extra point as Hatchett comes on. Edwards the hold. Hatchett able to give this one up cleanly, and it splits the uprights. It is 45-0 all Wichita Heights here at Heights this evening with 4:05 to go in the first half. You're listening to Red Demon Football on Z98.
At Western State Bank, it's all about you, the customer, and providing you with excellent customer service. Timely responses to your questions, knowing your name, understanding your business, caring about you and your family. It's the added value they provide. Western State Bank is your full-service hometown bank. No 800 number to call, no waiting for answers. Western State Bank has 8 convenient service locations throughout Western Kansas to serve you. Give Western State Bank a call and let them help make your banking experience one you'll enjoy. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Western State Bank.
Guyman Petro Bar and Grill features Kansas brewed beers, one-of-a-kind appetizers, and a lunch and dinner menu of fresh, delicious meals in a historic setting with a modern twist. Friday and Saturday nights, Guyman Petro is a great place for live music, late-night dancing, and camaraderie. The top floor of the refurbished Mercantile is also a perfect venue for your next event. Check us out at GuymanPetro.com or call 620-371-7500.
Phil Stevenson, Ryan Stone, Gideon Wells here with you. It is 45-0 Wichita Heights with 4 minutes to go in the first half. Dodge City returning on the ensuing kickoff. Tate Pike able to fight his way out across the 30 to the 33. The Red Demons will get decent starting field position, but they already trail 45-0 with just under 4 minutes to go in the first half. It has been the Cavante Baker show. He has 5 rushing touchdowns. He's completed a couple passes. He has really shown off the full arsenal, and he is. I mean, it hasn't necessarily. I guess you could call it poor tackling if you want to, but he's just been electric. I mean,
just think
he's been
he's
hard
been
to
the
bring
best
down.
player on the field. There isn't any question about that, and he's got 9 carries, 205 yards in the first half, and 5 touchdowns.
Bowen Smith in the shotgun, 2 receivers to each side, gives to Pike, and Pike is swarmed at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Gonna bring up 2nd and 10. For the Red Demons with 3:45 to go in the first half. Bowen Smith in at quarterback for the Red Demons. Bo Foster, who started the game at quarterback, knocked out with a possible concussion. And we believe Dawson Williams might be having a shoulder issue after the big lick he took on what was probably Dodge City's biggest play of the game on offense. But he went out. The drive stalled. Shotgun formation for Smith. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, and a back to the left. Smith takes the snap. He drops the pass. Looks for the screen pass. Gets it to Johnson at the line of scrimmage. Johnson running down the far sideline. He's across midfield. Greengrass in front. Jukes back to the inside. He's upended at the 35. But a nice play by Jael Johnson. He picks up big yardage. 42 yards. 33 yards for Jael Johnson on the reception. And they move the ball down to the Heights 35. Just over 3 minutes to go in the first half. A nice little confidence booster possibly for Bowen Smith.
Let's hope so. That was a nice, well-run screen pass by the Dodge City offense.
Smith hands to Pike, cuts back to the inside, now bounces to the outside, jukes his way back down into the inside of the 28. Nice run. That's Johnson again actually on the carry. He picks up 7, and it'll be 2nd and 3 for the Red Demons.
Boy, it'd be nice to be able to answer before halftime to trailing 45-0. You certainly don't want to come out in the second half and have a running clock to start it. You'd like to be able to play the game somewhat.
Smith drops the pass, fakes the handoff, then throws the bubble screen, but his receiver is swarmed at the 30 and brought down immediately. That's a loss of a yard on the catch. That was Delgado. And now it's 3rd and 5 for the Red Demons. Just over 2 minutes to go in the first half. Dodge City trailing 45-0. They have the ball at the Wichita Heights 30. Shotgun formation for Smith. 2 receivers to each side and a back to the left. Smith looks at the wristband to change the play. With 6 on the play clock. Takes the snap, gives to Johnson. Johnson tries to cut it up inside, pushed back to the 32. Excellent penetration up front by the Falcon defense, leading the way on the stop. It was Dalen Williams, the 6'3", 230-pound defensive tackle. And now it is 4th and 7 for the Red Demons, and it looks like they're going to try a field goal, or are they going to send Fernandez out to punt?
I think they're going to try the field goal.
This is a long field goal attempt. This will be about a 50-yard attempt for Fernandez from the right hash. With the wind at his back, 1:12 to go in the first half. That is a bobbled snap. Smith has to shovel it off to Fernandez, and now Fernandez will try to turn it upfield, fights his way down inside the 30, but he stopped there. Comes up short of the first down. Didn't get the kickoff, and that's where Heights will get the ball. As the turnover on downs, they'll get it at their own 30 with 58 seconds to go in the first half. And that is, from what we've seen, that is more than enough time for them to score again.
Their drives tonight have been 1:40, 8 seconds, 1:32, 59 seconds, 1:50, and 1:43. They've got 59 seconds remaining here. Anything is possible with this Heights offense that we've seen in the first half.
Devontae Baker, who has already rushed for 5 touchdowns this evening, brings the offense for Heights back out. Shotgun formation, 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, and a back to the right. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Scott. He'll run it himself to the near side. Gets out across the 35, cuts back to the inside at the 40. Now jukes back to the middle of the field. He's running down the right hash at the 45. Busts through 2 defenders at the 35. They run into each other, and he will stroll into the end zone. It is a 70-yard touchdown run for Cavante Baker, his 6th rushing touchdown of the evening, and it is 51-0 Wichita Heights.
Yeah, they've got a flag on the play. It looks like unsportsmanlike conduct against Heights, but the touchdown will count.
So 43 seconds to go in the first half. All they needed was 15 seconds.
What else do you say about this guy? He's been unbelievable running the football in the first half.
It's hard to believe that there would be a is there a better athlete at the quarterback position in the state?
Well, we don't know right now. How about that?
Athlete. Maybe not necessarily quarterback, but athlete. As Hatchett will come on for the extra point. Edwards gets the snap down. Hatchett puts his leg into this one, and he splits the uprights. It is 52-0 Wichita Heights with 43 seconds to go in the first half. We'll keep it here we're almost to halftime. We'll keep it here until we get to the ensuing kickoff.
This is unfortunately just really demoralizing for Dodge City after they had a really good turnaround last week offensively and defensively. And, you know, to lose your not only your number 1 quarterback, but then your number 2 quarterback and maybe your best offensive player in Dawson Williams. Now they're down to Bowen Smith, who's doing the best he could do. He's throwing the ball well. He's got a couple of 3 completions for 35 yards. But right now they know he's going to pass.
Yeah.
And they're just waiting for him. They're teeing off on the defensive line to come after him. And that's just a rough situation for the young man to be in.
Yeah, it certainly is. And he certainly, I don't think, was expecting to play this evening. I think it's fair to say you always prepare your backup quarterbacks as much as you can, but certainly it was not his expectation, I think, come out here tonight and play against a very good Wichita Heights team.
Well, I think you always want to play, but it's tough when you don't get a bunch of reps in practice.
So Heights will have to kick off from the 25 following that unsportsmanlike penalty. So Hatchett will put his right leg into this one, gives it all he's got, and will drive it to the 35, where it's fielded over on the far side. Pike runs it out across the 45. He takes a big shot there at the 45. Heights has lowered the boom on a few of these hits this evening. So Dodge City will get good starting field position, but they only have 38 seconds left in the first half. And Heights does get the ball to start the second half.
Yes, they do.
And it's already a 52-0 lead for Heights. They put a few more seconds back on the clock, so now 41 seconds.
Well, we hope they can reset it. They're waiting for them to do it. They got 41 minutes up there. I'm not sure Dodge City would want to play for 41 more minutes.
Now they've got it to 41 seconds. Again, they have the ball at their own 45. Bowen Smith in at quarterback after Williams and Foster have both been knocked out. Two receivers to each side. Gives to Pike in the backfield. He is swarmed immediately. Shooting off that left side. It was Dalen Williams again, the big-time defensive tackle. Brings him down for a loss of 3. And it's now 2nd and 13 for the Red Demons. Well, they even, I guess they have to snap it. Well, maybe they don't. No, they reset it a little late. So Dodge City doesn't have to run another play if they don't want to. They trail 52-0. We near halftime. And it looks like Dodge City is just going to take it to the locker room as they trail 52-0 to Wichita Heights. And just a absolutely dominant first half for Wichita Heights. 6 rushing touchdowns for Cavante Baker, the quarterback for the Heights Falcons. He did not play the first 2 games of the season. He was more than ready to go here in this first half tonight.
That's an understatement, Ryan. I don't think there's any doubt about it. He was certainly ready to play. And with Dodge City losing their top 2 quarterbacks in the first half, this is going to be a long night for the Red Demons. And should see a running clock in the second half, which hopefully will eliminate some of the time that they're going to have to. I don't know. It's just a tough situation all the way around.
I don't know what you necessarily can do if you're Dodge City in this situation. Trailing 52-0 at the half. You can't stop Cavante Baker. I mean, they've thrown everything they can at him. The kid's just too athletic and too good.
Well, I'd be surprised if we see him in the second half.
Yeah, you probably won't see him very much in the second half. I think that's fair to say. We'll go ahead and step aside. We'll come back with our Pratt Regional Medical Clinic halftime show. You're listening to Red Demon Football on Z98.
The Best Western North Edge Inn is the only hotel
2
located
minutes.
in North Dodge City and right across the road from the Village Square Mall. This hotel is rated #1 on TripAdvisor and offers easy access, shuttle service, amazing large rooms, a full hot breakfast, as well as a clean and comfortable atmosphere that will help you feel right at home. Next time you need a hotel or have company coming to town, check into the Best Western North Edge Inn. See for yourself why they're the #1 hotel in Dodge City. Call for reservations 620-371-6441.
Holly Brothers in Dodge City can help you take camping to the next level. Stop in to see all the pre-owned trailers and fifth wheel trailers, as well as their new selection of 2018 travel trailers. Holly Brothers just made camping not only more fun, but more reasonable, with a great selection of new and used pre-owned trailers and the all-new 2018 trailers. Shop now at the Hollywood RV Ranch in Dodge City, your RV headquarters in Southwest Kansas, and make great new memories for you and your family for years to come. Holly Brothers is locally owned and operated in Dodge City for the last 70 years.
Whether it's prescriptions or over-the-counter medications, Gibson's Pharmacy is always here to help. Gibson's offers several ways to make it easier on you to get your monthly medications. Ask about automated med boxes or medication synchronization. Both services will help you manage your medications easier with no additional cost to you. When it comes to over-the-counter remedies, we're your one-stop shop.
Stop in and visit us at our new location, Gibson's Pharmacy, 2401 Central Avenue, Dodge City.
Gibson's Pharmacy. Leading the region in
Doctors care for us when we are most vulnerable and help us regain and maintain our health. Pratt Internal Medicine physicians serve as primary care physicians. Internal medicine training focuses solely on diseases facing adults. To connect with one of our doctors to care for your health needs, contact Pratt Internal Medicine Group on Country Club Road.
Medical Center.
And like us on Facebook.
w2-0. Wichita Heights at the half. Phil Stevenson, Ryan Stone here with you for the Pratt Regional Medical Clinic halftime show. All you really have to say to describe that first half is 2 words. Cavante Baker, the starting quarterback for Wichita Heights. He had 6 rushing touchdowns. Ended up with, I think, close to 300 yards rushing in that first half, and he did so, I think, on 10 or 11 carries. He had an absolutely incredible first half. Dodge City had a terrible time trying to bring him down, and it's just really spiraled here in the first half. And Dodge City, Bo Foster gets knocked out with what they think might be a possible concussion at the quarterback. Dawson Williams comes in. Williams was playing pretty well at the quarterback position. He had just made the biggest play of the evening for Dodge City when he gets knocked out with what looks like a possible shoulder or collarbone injury. And currently Bowen Smith, the third-string quarterback, the 6-foot, 137-pound junior, in there at quarterback. And when you're down 2 quarterbacks already, it's not but so much that you can do, especially when you're down the way that Dodge City is in this first half. And again, Wichita Heights 0-2 coming into tonight's game, but that was kind of an aberration as they did not have Cavante Baker and DeJuan Scott starting backfield for those first 2 games, and were pretty competitive in those first 2 games, even without those 2 guys against some good teams in Olathe North and Northwest High School. But they have Cavante Baker was more than ready to go here this evening when this game got underway. I think that sitting out for 2 weeks really amped him up a little bit, and he is off to an excellent start.
Beyond excellent.
Yeah. I don't know what you call it, beyond excellent.
10 carries.
Phenomenal, great,
yeah.
Terrific.
10 carries, 275 first-half yards, 6 touchdowns. His last 4 rushes have all accounted for touchdowns, 24 yards, 58 yards, 29 yards, 70 yards. I don't know what else you say about the young man other than the fact that he's the best athlete right now on the field. There's not much Dodge City has been able to do to slow him down. I don't think we'll probably see him in the second half. I'd be really surprised if that's the case. And then, of course, for Dodge City, they've just been unable to do much of anything on offense. They've had really 1 good drive. With 13 plays, they turned it over on downs at the Falcon 21-yard line. And 3 plays later, Baker ran 65 yards for a touchdown. The last time they were able to get it really into Heights territory, it went 6 plays before they were attempting a 49-yard field goal. Snap was low. They ended up turning it over on downs. And Baker answers immediately back. 1 play, 70 yards for a touchdown run. And this game got out of hand early and remains out of hand. And right now I think Dodge City just needs to find a way to get out of here without having any more injuries take place.
Any more injuries and something positive. They need something positive to happen in this second half. Whether that's scoring a touchdown, getting defensive stops, whatever it is, they need something positive that they can take out of this game before they return home for next week's game when they start WAC play against Great Bend, and it's also homecoming next week.
Well, I think positive more than anything else is that you just got to find a way to try to move the football, and if Cavante Baker doesn't return, try to get some confidence back in your defense. I don't think you're going to see a better player face the Red Demons this year right now than what we've seen in Cavante Baker. If anybody else has anybody that's that elusive, that ability to break tackles, he's shown power, speed, cutting ability, juking ability, whatever you want to call it, this guy has been unbelievable tonight here at Heights Field.
And currently at the half, Garden City is up on Wichita South, 29 to nothing there at Garden City this evening. And like you said, I mean, Cavante Baker just absolutely put on a show in the first half as they lead 52 to nothing. 6 rushing touchdowns for Cavante Baker. He more than made up, I think, the stat loss that he had for the first 2 games in the first half here this evening. I mean, what a terrific showing by him. And I don't know what you do as a defensive coordinator when you're playing a guy like that and he's putting on a show like this. I guess you hope he's not coming back out in the second half.
Well, there's not much more that I could say about the guy that I haven't already said, and right now it's just a matter of try to go back in and pump a little life into the kids and get them back out here and just tell them compete. Do the best that you can to compete. You know, play every play as to the best of your ability. Hustle. I know that's hard to do. I've been on both sides of that. But it's a situation where you try to instill that in your kids and hope that they show some fight, want to come out in the second half and try to prove some things. You know, they find a way to get on the board, find a way to stop Heights, you know, with their defense and just make some changes to, you know, the confidence level, because they're going in at halftime. This bunch was just beaten down.
Yeah, I think that's certainly a fair way to say it. Again, it's 52-0 here at the half. Dodge City firmly down against Wichita Heights. We'll go ahead and step aside for our next break here on our Pratt Regional Medical Clinic halftime show. Stay tuned. You're listening to Red Demon Football on Z98.
Did you know that Dodge City Community College offers 15 different certificate programs and has advisors that will work with you one-on-one to make sure that if you're transferring to a higher education college, all your credit hours will as well. Enjoy hands-on experience while earning your degree for an affordable cost and a flexible class schedule, including day, night, and online classes, affordable credit hours, and the offer of free tutoring. Dodge City Community College can help you get your career started. For more information, see their website, dc3.edu. At Dodge City Community College, success starts here.
Ready to work for the largest car dealership in western Kansas? Lewis Automotive is looking for bilingual salespeople for Lewis Ford of Dodge City. If you're motivated by money and looking for a job that will pay you for as hard as you work, then this is for you. Lewis Ford of Dodge City offers excellent pay and bonus plans, paid sick and vacation time, retirement plan with match medical and dental insurance, and more. Apply in person to Lewis Ford of Dodge City, 200 Military, or send resume to jobs at buylewis.com. Lewis Automotive is an equal opportunity employer.
As Red Demon athletes prepare to take the fields and the courts this fall, Family Practice Associates stands ready to help them. Our team of doctors Conant, Presley, Algram, Williams, and Trotter can take care of their health care needs and their sports injuries. We provide a full spectrum of family medicine. We care for adults and kids. We do cancer screening and delivering of moms and caring for their babies. For an appointment, call 225-1650. Go Demons and push hard and succeed.
Kelly Hendricks DDS has been brightening smiles in Dodge City and the surrounding communities since 1985. Kelly and his dedicated staff are ready to serve you and your family with comprehensive dentistry from infants to adults. A proud graduate of Dodge City High School, Kelly would like to wish the Dodge City Red Demon young men and women a great year in both sports and scholastics. Our students today are our leaders for tomorrow. Every day is a new opportunity. You can build on yesterday's success and start over again today and the next. From Kelly Hendricks DDS.
Back into the Pratt Regional Medical Clinic halftime show. It is 52-0. Wichita Heights leading Dodge City here at Heights this evening. Cavante Baker, the quarterback for Wichita Heights, absolutely put on a show in that first half. 10 carries for 275 yards and 6 touchdowns. He also completed 3 of 4 passes for 55 yards as well. The other touchdown was scored by Armand Hubbard on his lone carry of the first half. He had 12 yards rushing for them. Deontay Edwards had 12 yards receiving. Ryan Hatchett had 38 yards receiving, and Cortez Orange had 1 catch for 5 yards. And for Wichita Heights, they have every drive, every possession they've had has ended in a touchdown. They have had 7 possessions, all 7 have ended in touchdowns for Wichita Heights, and none of those drives have lasted longer than a minute and 50 seconds. They have been the very definition of efficiency when it comes to offense in the first half. For Dodge City, looking at their stats, the leading rusher in the first half was Dawson Williams. He had 9 carries for 66 yards. That was before he went out with a shoulder or collarbone injury. So doesn't look like he's going to return this evening. Bo Foster was 0 for 2 passing. Dawson Williams was 2 of 4 passing for 11 yards before he got injured. Bowen Smith, the third-string quarterback, he hadn't been too bad. 3 of 5 passing for 35 yards for him. There have been some fumbles with him back there at quarterback when it comes to snapping the ball. We've seen quite a few of those actually throughout the evening for the Red Demons. But overall, just a very difficult first half for Dodge City. I don't think there's really any other way to put that. So when you come out for the second half, if you're Dodge City, I mean, the goal has just got to be to find positive things that can happen in the second half if you're Dodge City.
Well, and number one is no more injuries.
Yes.
Number two is I don't ever like to talk about a running clock, but in this situation, it might be the best thing for the game itself. They've kind of physically taken over the game as well at the line of scrimmage here in the first half. And I think a lot of that has to do with the score on the scoreboard and also the guy that's been just phenomenal tonight running the football for Heights. So talking about Cavante Baker, it's something you want to, like I said, you just got to try to find something to come out in the second half, play to find some positivity. And hopefully that's what Dodge City will do, and those are the things they're talking about in the locker room at halftime, and not worry about trying to figure out how you're going to come back or what you're going to do. I think right now it's just maybe just establishing.
Trying to win the second half might be a good first step.
Just first downs.
Yeah.
Get off the field without giving up a score.
That would be.
Because Heights has scored on every possession so far in the first half. Just pick some things that you can try to change from what happened in the first half and end on some positivity before it all comes to a close this evening.
The yardage difference currently, 366 for Wichita Heights, 115 for Dodge City.
Yeah, it's not been pretty. That's all you could say about it, and it's been a rough night all the way through.
That's certainly the case. We'll see what the Red Demons try to do in the second half. We'll see if they can, maybe at least get some positive plays in the second half. Maybe give them some positive momentum heading into the next week, which is when they start conference play against Great Bend. It's also homecoming next week for the Red Demons, so they would certainly like to head in on a little bit of a positive note in this second half when it comes to closing this game out this evening.
Well, we'll see what happens as Dodge City comes back out to take the field here in the second half, and hopefully we'll be able to Gideon will get a chance to catch up with Coach Foster, and we'll get his thoughts on it. And obviously he's about to be concerned not only with what's going on the field, but also what's going on with the injury situation at the quarterback situation for his team.
Yeah, certainly the case, because that's a major concern when you lose not just your starter, but also your second-string quarterback as well, and probably your best athlete in Dawson Williams, if he is in fact done for some time, or at least for this evening. Obviously, it's a concern at this point for the Red Demons, and it was a huge factor in the way that first half played out. They were already down. That just made it that much worse.
Yeah, it did. There's no question about that, and you feel for the young men because you hope it's not anything serious. It's going to cause them to miss, a lot of time throughout the remainder of the season. But we'll just have to wait and see on that. And at this point, I know that Gideon's waiting on the sidelines, but Coach Foster is yet to emerge from the locker room.
It looks like he might be on his way to the sideline as we look over there. But again, it is 52-0 at the half. Wichita Heights just dominating Dodge City in that first half, as Dodge City will try to find something positive to take out of this game in the second half. But there's going to be a running clock to start this second half, which is never necessarily what you want for your football team. But that's going to be the case, as Wichita Heights, they earned that the first half with the way they played.
I think that's an understatement at this point.
Cavante Baker more than certainly earned that. The way he was phenomenal in that first half. Again, 6 rushing touchdowns, 275 yards, also 55 yards passing. So him himself with 330 total yards of offense in that first half for the Red Demons. As still waiting on Coach Foster, I believe, to come out of the locker room. Both teams are back out on the field. It's just a minute really left on the clock before we get the second half started here for the Red Demons. And I think Gideon does have Coach Foster over there with him on the sideline, so we'll throw it down to him. All right, we aren't going to throw it down to him, as maybe not going to get a hold of Coach Foster here before we get this second half underway, as there's under a minute on the clock. And again, Dodge City trailing at the half, 52-0, as we get ready to get this second half underway against Wichita Heights. Again, it is a 52-0 lead for Heights as we get ready to start the second half. Dodge City wearing the all-white uniforms this evening, red helmets, red numbers. Heights in the red jerseys, black pants, black helmets. Same logo as the Atlanta Falcons, actually. As we get ready to get the second half underway, Heights will start the second half with the ball. They deferred to the second half, winning the coin toss to get things underway this evening. So Dodge City will have to kick off. It'll be Fernandez doing the kicking duties for the Red Demons. And going back to return for Wichita Heights, Jameer Johnson, starting safety, and Armand Hubbard, who scored a touchdown on a run, on a reverse earlier this evening. As Carlos Fernandez gets ready to put his right leg into this one, Hubbard and Johnson wait back at their own 5.
Gideon said that Coach Foster was just late coming out the second half, so we won't be able to get his thoughts at halftime.
He might be checking on the two injured quarterbacks he had in that first half, probably making sure that they're okay. That one fielded back at the 1 by Johnson. He'll bring it out off to the near side, out across the 20, the 25, and he's streaking down the sideline now. He's wrapped up around the 40, breaks off that tackle, and falls forward to the 42. So a nice return by Johnson. It goes 41 yards, and Heights will start with good field position at their own 42, already leading 52-0.
And it looks like we will see the first team offense again for Wichita Heights.
And Cavante Baker is back out at quarterback with DeJuan Scott, the running back, to his left. 2 receivers to each side. Baker in the shotgun. Brings receiver in motion. He gives to Hubbard, sweeping over to the far side. Hubbard gets pursued well, has to cut it back to the inside, then tries to bounce back outside again. He's brought down from behind at the 41. Sam Mead in on the tackle. It'll make it 2nd and 11. Good pursuit that time by the Red Demon defense.
Good job to string it out by the outside defensive end that time for Dodge City. I think that was Fisher who did a good job of stringing that out that time, and then Meade was able to come in and clean it up from the backside.
Shotgun formation for Baker. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Has a back to his right. It was 2nd and 11. Dodge City shows blitz. He gives to Scott. Scott runs into a brick wall of defenders. He stood up and pushed back at the 40. In on the stop, Marcos Fisher and Evan Darville. 2 excellent defensive tackles. And just like that, it's 3rd and 12 for Heights with 10:49 to go in the third quarter.
Well, 2 good defensive stands so far in the first 2 plays of the second half by the Dodge City defense. Neither time Baker made any type of a read. They were predetermined handoffs that he gave first to Hubbard and then to Scott.
He fakes the give this time, runs it off to the near side through a big hole, gets out across the 45, now bounces to the outside as he gets across midfield. He's at the 40, the 35, the 30. He's going to stroll down the near sideline for another touchdown for Wichita Heights. Once Cavante Baker decided he was going to keep it himself, there was no stopping him on that 60-yard touchdown run.
Holy cow.
And it is 58-0 Wichita Heights.
335 yards on 11 carries for Cavante Baker.
And they'll kick the extra point as Hatchett comes on to handle the kick. He's ready to put his right leg into this one. Dodge City will try to block the extra point. They get the snap down clean. Hatchett's right leg puts it through the uprights, and it is, or actually missed it to the left, it looked like. And it's 58-0 Wichita Heights following the 60-yard touchdown run by Cavante Baker. 10-16 to go in the third quarter. You're listening to Red Demon Football on Z98.
Having adequate insurance coverage is important, but there's much more you can do to protect yourself as well.
You know how funny a text can be when your autocorrect takes over. A second glance can change your life forever. You know not to text and drive, so why do you still do it? No texting and driving, not even once. Pull over and send your text or wait till you arrive alive.
Let's work together to safeguard the things you treasure.
For everything in life that needs protection, ask Parker Haskins.
You work hard every day to create that life that you dream about, but sometimes you just want one place to escape, to relax, to enjoy. Sometimes you just need to find your oasis. Austin Pools and Spas can help you find this right in your own backyard with an in-ground swimming pool. From your back door, you can step right into your own private paradise. Any day becomes an occasion when you bring family and friends together for fun and excitement in your own backyard with an in-ground pool from Austin Pools and Spas. Locally owned and operated in Dodge City and Garden City and serving all of Southwest Kansas.
58-0. Wichita Heights, 10:09 to go in the third quarter. And Dodge City will start with the ball at their own 21 following that kickoff. It was a 60-yard touchdown return, or 60-yard touchdown run by Cavante Baker that started us off here in the second half.
I'm guessing the clock is not allowed to run to the fourth quarter because we're just having a regular clock going on, so it must be just the fourth quarter only that we'll see a running clock.
Bowen Smith will bring the Red Demon offense back out on the field. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, and a back to the left. 6 on the play clock as Smith checks the wristband. He snaps it with 2 on the play clock. Fakes the handoff to Johnson, throws the quick pass out to Harshberger, makes the first guy miss, able to fall forward to the 26. That's a gain of 2. And gonna bring up 2nd and 8 for Dodge City. Dodge City in the shotgun. Bowen Smith looks over to the far side to get the play with 9:40 to go in the third quarter. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left with a back to the right for Smith. Smith, the third-string quarterback, in after Bo Foster and Dawson Williams were both knocked out in the first half. Hands to Jael Johnson, runs to a big hole off the right side, then bounces out to the far side, picks his way up to the 34. That's a gain of 8 and a first down for the Red Demons.
Good run that time by Johnson. He eluded a defender right at the line of scrimmage, jumped to the right, picked up a big gain and a first down.
So shotgun formation again is what Dodge City will go with. And they're going to, looks like Bowen Smith is heading over to the sideline. And they're going to go with a 2 running back set. With 3 receivers to the right and 1 to the left. Now snap, fakes the handoff that time with Johnson, or actually that was Pike, runs it off the right side, bounces off tacklers, fights his way up to the 43. Nice
That's
run.
actually Cedric Rosales, number 21.
Cedric Rosales gets 8 on the carry, or 9. Gonna bring up 2nd and 1. A nice run there by Rosales. Now send Bowen Smith back out. Smith in the shotgun, 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, with a back to the left. Heights shows that 4-3 front. Now they show blitz, and now back out of it as Dodge City looks to change the play with 15 on the play clock. Now 10 on the play clock. Smith looks to get it off. He'll snap with 5. Gives to Johnson. Johnson runs through a big hole, breaks out of an ankle tackler, and then drags the defender across midfield to the 49, where he stood up and the play is blown dead. So a nice hard run by Jael Johnson. He picks up about 10, and it's a first down for the Red Demons. They move into Heights territory with 8 minutes to go in the third quarter. They give to Johnson again. Johnson tries to bounce out to the right side and took a lick at the 48. Big time hit by Roberts from Heights. And it's a gain of 1, 2nd and 9 for the Red Demons.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the deal was that Rosales came into the game and ran the football. I don't know if there was an equipment situation for Bowen Smith, but he left the field for just one play, and now he's back out there running the action.
Shotgun formation, 2 receivers to each side with a back to the right. Smith drops the pass, looks off to the near side, throws over the middle. The pass is incomplete as he tried to find Sam Mead. Falls incomplete. And that'll bring up 3rd and 9 for the Red Demons. Ball at the Heights 48. And 7:18 to go in the third quarter as the clock is stopped on that incomplete pass. Shotgun formation for Smith. 3 receivers left, 1 right, the back to the left for Smith in the shotgun. Now 6 on the play clock. He'll snap. Smith drops the pass, rolls right, hits Johnson up around midfield. Johnson, not much he could do but just fall forward. He ends up losing the ball. It'll be ruled incomplete. And it brings up 4th and 9 for the Red Demons. They were able to move into Heights territory but stalled immediately after.
Yeah, that time they tried to go back to that screen play that picked up 32 yards in the second quarter. This time Heights read it really well, and the linebacker jumped the route. Was right there, and it was a tough throw for Smith to try to complete the pass.
Fernandez will come on to punt. Heights will send 2 guys back to return. They'll wait at their 10. Fernandez puts his right leg into this one. A end-over-end kick that's fielded at the 15. Hits off the return man's hands and rolls backwards into the end zone. He'll have to go back and get it. He'll run it all the way over to the near side. A couple big blocks, but a flag flies. And he's streaking down the near sideline. Now there are 3 flags back around the end zone. The return man fights his way up to the 30. That was Keyshawn Howe. And I believe we got a couple clips.
No, blindside blocks is what
blocks.
they are, yeah. Both times the defender did not have his head turned around, and the player blocking him hit him up around the head as well. They're going to get – the flag is for the same block.
And it had the penalty occurred in the end zone.
Well, no, both of them were just outside the end zone. I think the flag was on the same block.
They call it a peel back block on the receiving team. Enforced from the spot of the foul, which if they're going from the flag was at the 2-yard line. So that would give Heights the ball at the 1.
Should give it to him at the 1. You are correct.
With 6:47 to go in the third quarter. That is where they'll spot it. So we'll see if Heights continues to keep their starters in despite being up 58-0. With 6:47 to go in the third quarter. They will keep the starters in as Cavante Baker comes back out. Baker will start from his own 1. But so far tonight it has not mattered where Heights has started from with Baker in at quarterback. He'll come under center. They'll go to the wing T now. They give it to the up back, and he bowls his way out across to the 4. That was DeJuan Scott on the carry. Got 3. I'll bring up 2nd and 7 for Heights. Gives them a little bit of room to operate deep in their own end.
That's the first time we've seen them run out of that wing T or whatever formation that they've always run in the past, and now immediately they go back to the shotgun with the 3 wides and sometimes 4 wides.
Shotgun formation again. Baker gives to Scott. He'll fight his way out across the 5. Close to the 7. Give him about 2 yards on the carry. And it'll bring up 3rd and 5 for Heights with 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. And Heights leading 58-0.
Who do you think is going to run the football here?
I would say that Baker is probably going to take the ball.
I think you're probably right.
And Baker and Scott were suspended for the first 2 games of the season, which led to Heights falling to 0-2. They have been in the lineup tonight, and the impact has been more than felt. Shotgun formation for Baker. He will run it himself, running off to the far side. He's got more than enough room. Gets out across the 15. Stiff arms a man at the 20. Now he's running down the far sideline. He's across midfield and got nothing but green grass in front. Cavante Baker will stroll in 94 yards on the touchdown run for Cavante Baker. That takes him over 400 yards, I believe, this evening.
Yes, it does.
And it is his 8th rushing touchdown.
Can you say Sports Center?
He has had quite the showing. I think that is and it's now 64-0 Heights with 5:22 to go in the third quarter. Hatchett will come on to attempt the extra point and try to make it 65-0. Down clean, puts his right leg into this one and splits the uprights. It is 65-0. Wichita Heights, 5:22 to go in the third quarter. You're listening to Red Demon Football on Z98.
Power Days are here. Ram Power Days at Lot Motors. Everyone needs a tough, reliable pickup, and you won't find a better dealership in all of Southwest Kansas to provide you with better care and service. Take advantage of incredible pricing on select new Ram Quad and Crew Cabs at Lot Motors in Dodge City. It's the Ram Power Days event now through October 2nd. Stop in and speak with Rod, Jesus, David, or Jeff, and let them get you in an award-winning Ram truck today. Lot Motors, located under the Great American flag in Dodge City. Your Ram truck headquarters in Southwest Kansas. Superior Fence of Western Kansas has been providing quality fencing to Southwest Kansas for over 30 years. From vinyl fencing to chain link, you'll see that Superior Fence goes above and beyond to exceed your standards. Superior Fence has all commercial, residential, and municipal fences priced affordably so you don't have to spend a fortune. And their products and workmanship come with warranties to back them up. When it comes to the highest quality of fencing that meets your needs and budgets, Superior Fence of Western Kansas is the one to call. Locally owned and operated. Stop in and see Dean today.
65-0 Wichita Heights here at Heights. The Red Demons trailing with 5:22 to go in the third quarter, following a 94-yard touchdown run for Cavante Baker. This one fielded up at 22 on the return by Pike. He gets out across the 30 to the 35. Finally falls down around the 36. So pretty good starting field position for the Red Demons after that 14-yard return. They'll bring the offense back on the field with 5:15 to go in the third quarter.
How often can you say in a football game that the last 7 times the guy's touched the football, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, he scored a touchdown, and all of them were runs of over 20 yards, or over 50 yards, or over 60 yards, or over 70 yards. Just an unbelievable night for the young man, Cavante Baker.
He has been phenomenal. There's no other way to say it. Smith, bad snap. Actually, that's Rosales that took the bad snap. That's the fall on it back at the 28. That's a loss of 8. And bring up 2nd and 18 for the Red Demons with 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Smith in the shotgun has 1 receiver to the right and 3 to the left with a back to the left. Smith drops the pass, throws the bubble screen out in the flat to Pike, spins off a couple tacklers and fights his way out across the 30 to the 31. He gets 3. It's still going to be 3rd and 15 for Dodge City. 4.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Smith looks over to the sideline and gets the play in for the Red Demons. Again, Bowen Smith, the 3rd-string quarterback in. Bo Falsher was knocked out really early in this one. With a possible concussion is what we were told. As Smith drops the pass, he'll look off to the far side. Pressure comes, able to evade the first blitzer, but then the guy comes back and gets him after Smith bumped into Pike in the backfield. So he's brought down back at the 21. And on the blitz, that was Dalen Williams again. That's a loss of 10, and it is now 4th and 25 for the Red Demons. They'll send Fernandez on to punt. And then Dawson Williams went out after taking a big shot in the second quarter with a possible shoulder or collarbone injury. Fernandez waits back inside his 10. 2 return men at the 40. Fernandez puts his right leg into this one. It spirals back across midfield. bobbled at the 41. The ball is loose. I think Dodge City might have got on it at the 44. We'll see. And they do give it to Dodge City. Excellent hustle downfield. Recovering that punt for the Red Demons, it was Mark Arzaga, a 5'9", 245-pound junior for the Red Demons. So something positive happening for Dodge City. They'll start with the ball at the Heights 45 after that fumbled punt by Keyshawn Howell, the senior for Heights. The 3:15 to go in the third quarter. Dodge will start in plus territory at the Heights 45.
It was good hustle down the field. Ball was buffed right there around the 43, and Dodge City recovered it at the 45.
Williams in the shotgun, 2 receivers to each side. Actually, Smith in the shotgun, 2 receivers to each side, and a back to the right. Smith puts it up over on the far sideline and way overthrows Dejan Delgado. He had Delgado kind of open. The ball was out in front of Delgado by about 5 or 6 yards. And bring up 2nd and 10 for the Red Demons. 3:07 to go in the third quarter as the incomplete pass stops the clock. Smith once again in the shotgun. He'll go 4 receivers again, 2 to each side, and a back to the left. Smith gives to Pike, runs through a big hole, but it closed quickly as he's met at the 41. He gets 4. We'll bring up 3rd and 6 for the Red Demons. They need the 35 for a first down. Smith in the shotgun again, 2 receivers to each side, and a back to the left. .238 to go in the third quarter. 65-0 Heights. Smith looks to hand off, but now he drops the pass, puts it up down the far side for Gamboa, and just out of reach for Gamboa as he was running down the left near sideline. Falls incomplete with 2:26 to play. And once again, Dodge City will have to send the punt unit on.
Well,
actually, that was 4th down, excuse me, so they turnover on downs.
No, that's fourth
right.
down coming up.
That's right.
So.
I saw Johnson running back out on the field and thought the defense was coming back out. So
yep. Sideline reporter Gideon Wells says that occasionally Cedric Gonzalez is coming into the game to try to give the Dodge City offense a wildcat look. So something different there. Another look for Heights to deal with.
Low snap. Fernandez takes it off the bounce and kicks it directly over to the near sidelines. It'll bounce near the 15. They're going to spot it out of bounds at the 17. So that punt goes about 24 yards. And Heights will start with the ball at their own 17 with 2:19 to go in the third quarter. And it is 65-0 Heights. And it looks like the starters are going to come back out again for
one more
the Falcons.
time, huh? Okay. Maybe they're going to try to get him 500 yards.
Shotgun formation for Baker. He'll have 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, with a back to the left. Takes the snap, hands to Scott, runs straight ahead, runs into a wall of defenders, and then fights his way out to the 20. DeJuan Scott earned all 3 of those yards, fighting off multiple defenders. Brings up 2nd and 7 for the Falcons. Under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Heights with the ball at their own 20. On top 65-0.
I got to say I didn't expect this. Didn't think that this would happen, but also I wasn't sure the kind of player Cavante Baker was, and he's been the best player on the field.
DeJuan Scott tries to bounce it to the outside after the handoff, and he's brought down from behind by Fernandez at the 20. So no gain on the play. Gonna bring up 3rd and 7 for Heights. A minute 25 to go in the third quarter, and we've seen this on the first 2 drives in the second half for Heights. Baker has handed the ball off, and then he has taken it on 3rd down. He's taken it to the house both times.
Yes, he has. Will it happen again? At some point, you got to find a way to tackle the kid.
Shotgun formation for Baker. 2 receivers to each side, a back to the left. They bring Hubbard in motion. He'll hand to Hubbard, sweeping out to the far side. Hubbard is corralled up around the 24. He stopped about 3 yards short of the first down after the 4-yard gain. So it'll bring up 4th and 3 for Heights with under a minute to go in the third quarter. And it looks like they're going to leave the offense on the field. But they're splitting 5 receivers out, 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Baker in the backfield alone. Looks over to the far sideline to change the play. They'll bring Scott into the backfield with him on the right side. 8 on the play clock.
They may just take a timeout here.
Now, it looks like that's what they're going to do is Coach Harrison right beside the official takes the timeout with 19.8 seconds to go in the third quarter. Now, we'll just keep it here since we'll take a break at the end of the third quarter. But 19.8 seconds to go in the third quarter, a 65-0 lead for Heights. And it's just been the Cavante Baker show.
Well,
there's no other way to say it.
I'm tired of talking about him. I don't know about you, but I'm just tired of talking about him, and I'm really surprised that the first team offense is still in the game at this point, at this juncture, with 19 seconds to play, that you're still running your first team offense out there. Now,
I imagine
everybody's got a different opinion of what it is.
I imagine the reasoning for that, the reasoning that will be given if there is a question about it, is because that these guys missed the first couple games of the season.
Okay.
To give them the reps.
Well, I think they're gonna punt right now. They've got a bunch of different people out there now. The first team offense is off the field.
With 19.8 seconds to go in the third quarter, Heights will punt. Dodge doesn't send anybody back, but flags fly at the snap. And it's false start on Heights, so that'll back them up 5 yards to the 19. And they'll have to punt again. Punter for Heights is Andrew Gray, the right tackle. So Gray will attempt his first punt of the evening.
It is. It's the first time the Dodge City defense has been able to get a stop this evening. Good for them.
He gets the punt off just in time. It's covered well. Does not go far. It bounces at the 38 and then takes a Dodge City roll, and it rolls dead around the 38. So punt goes 19 yards. Dodge City will start in plus territory at the Heights 38. 7 seconds to go in the third quarter, so Dodge City will get to run at least one play before the end of the quarter. And they'll start in plus territory again at the Heights 38. And it's 65-0 Wichita Heights. Owen Smith will bring the Red Demon offense back on the field. 2 receivers to each side, a back to the right. Smith takes the snap, fakes the handoff, looks to the far side, hits Delgado. Delgado streaks down the far side, then lowers his head, bounces off a few tacklers, and drags them across the first down marker. And it's a first down for the Red Demons. Nice play by Dejan Delgado as he fought his way down to the 26. That's a gain of 12. And a first down for the Red Demons. And that does end the third quarter. So 65-0 at the end of 3. I think that's the end of the third quarter. According to the clock, it's the end of the third quarter. They're a little slow getting off the field, but it is the end of the third quarter. 65-0 Heights. They will flip ends. It'll be Dodge City ball at the Heights 26 when we come back for the start of the fourth quarter. You're listening to Red Demon Football on Z98.
A dental office that puts you first. Two great practices, Lemcooler Dental and Asbjornson Dental, have merged to become First Dental. This move allows expansion of services and new technology to better serve their new and existing patients. The same great faces you already know will greet patients in an updated environment that represents a commitment to the future. Dr. Ryan Lemcooler and Dr. Katie Asbjornson and staff look forward to seeing you soon. First Dental, 2306 First Avenue, 620-371-6630 or 620-225-5154 in Dodge City. United Wireless, with the best coverage, best network, best rates, and right now 50% off starter smartphones, and only $5 a month on the Samsung Galaxy Grand Prime and Motorola E2. The best deals are at United Wireless. Through all of September, United Wireless is offering the Samsung Galaxy Grand Prime for $0 down and only $5 a month with contract, and Motorola E2 $0 down and only $5 a month with contract. When you work and play in Southwest Kansas, United Wireless has the best network, best coverage, and best rates. Also free activation on each new line. Limited time offer. See store for details.
Start of the fourth quarter, there will be a running clock. They just announced over the loudspeaker. 65-0 Heights. Dodge City back out on the field. They do have the ball at the 26. Rosales in at quarterback. We've seen him run the Wildcat a little for the Red Demons in the second half. Fakes the handoff, runs it himself off the right side, picks his way down to the 26. It gains a yard. That'll bring up 2nd and 9 for Dodge City as they'll send Bowen Smith back in at quarterback. And it is 65-0 Wichita Heights as we start the fourth quarter. Phil Stevenson, Gideon Wells, Ryan Stone here with you. And Dodge City will be back in action next Friday at home. It'll be homecoming as they host Great Bend. Smith throws the bubble screen out in the flat, gets it to Johnson. Johnson tries to bounce it back to the inside, but he is swarmed by multiple Heights defenders at the 26. So no gain. It'll bring up 3rd and 9 for the Red Demons with 11 minutes to go. Pike will come in for Johnson. Bowen Smith will get the play in from the far sideline. Three receivers to the left. Now they'll split 2 to each side as Meade moves to the right. Pike to the right of Smith in the shotgun. Takes a low snap and drops the pass. Looks over the middle, tries to get it to Meade. The pass is deflected and broken up. Well covered over the middle that time by Heights. One of the linebackers in to break that pass up. That was Javion Johnson. So now 4th and 9 for the Red Demons. 10:18
and
to go.
Counting.
They trail 65-0. We'll go 3 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left for Smith in at quarterback. It looks like Dodge City, well, now they're going to reset the play clock. It looks like the Red Demons are going to take a timeout. The Dodge City takes the timeout with 9:50 to play. They trail 65-0. It'll be 4th and 9 for the Red Demons when we come back on Z98.
A family to care for, a future to plan for, assets to protect.
1 minute.
With so many challenges to face every day, isn't it a good thing to know there's one company prepared to help you meet them all? The Prudential Insurance Company of America, the place people turn to for the things that matter most. Call your local financial professional, Greg Kelzonetti, at 620-276-6202 to help you with your insurance and financial needs. The number again is 620-276-6202. Insurance issued by the Prudential Insurance Company of America.
Jack. Remember Jack? You know Jack. Well, Jack at Ace Hardware is done with summer. It's gotta go. All of it. 10 to 50% off all summer seasonal items, including pots, mowers, patio furniture, and umbrellas. Yard art, pool chemicals, window air conditioning units, ice coolers, fire pits, hammocks, elevated garden beds, tiki lights, pool floaties, limestone college rocks. Hurry and pick from a huge group of summer items. Your patio, yard, pool will love it. Ace Hardware in Dodge City, where everyone there knows Jack.
9:50 to go in the fourth quarter. Red Demons coming out of the timeout. It's 4th and 9. They have the ball at the Wichita Heights 26. And Red Dodge City trying to pick up a first down.
Coach Foster's having quite a conversation over there with head referee Craig Helzer and 2 of his striped mates this evening. Not sure what it's about, have no idea what it's about. But he seemed to be fairly upset about whatever was going on, either something not being called or that things should be called. And now the clock will start rolling again.
Smith in the shotgun, 3 wide receivers right, 1 left with a back to the right. Smith moves the pocket to the right, looks back to his left, and he's swarmed and thrown down for the sack back at the 35. Applying the pressure. That was, I believe that was Andrew Gray in on the sack. So that forces a turnover on downs at the 35, and the clock will wind as it continues to run. With 9:15 and counting to go, Heights will bring their offense back out on the field. They'll get in the wing tee.
With finally second teamers on the field.
Can't see who the quarterback is quite yet. They'll give to the deep back as he
Fumble.
spins. The ball is loose on the field. Shooting up to make the recovery, though. That was the backup quarterback, Dalen Martinez, a 6'1 sophomore. Really good hustle play by Martinez, despite being up by 65 points. And now Heights sending in Luke Ryder, a 5'2", 101-pound sophomore, and the crowd roars as he comes in. They'll also send in Andrew Thornton, 5'11 junior wide receiver. Martinez under center, backup quarterback. He fakes the give, now gives to the sweep back, running off to the far side. That was Elias Powell. He's brought down after a gain of 1. Bring up 3rd and 9 for Heights at the 36. With 8 minutes to play, Heights leading 65-0. They're going to get their first win of the season with Cavante Baker and DeJuan Scott back in the lineup following their suspension. So Martinez will go under center. Will go in the wing tee set. The receiver way out to the left. Martinez tried to take it back from his back. Christian Sellers, who was pushed back around the 35. So a loss of 1 brings up 4th and 10. And with 7:15 to play, Heights will send the punt unit out. Dodge will send Jael Johnson back to return.
Not much to say about this tonight. It's just been an unfortunate, I don't even know what to call it. It's just been a rough night for the Red Demons, and Cavante Baker's just been out of control.
And the punt just gets off in time. Andrew Gray puts a nice leg into that one. It's fielded back at the 25 by Johnson. Johnson tries to return to the near side, stumbles as he tried to cut back, and he's brought down around the 31. It's a return of about 6. That punt by Gray went 40 yards. Dodge City will bring their offense back on the field with 6:25 and counting to play. Second team defense now in for Heights. They do still have Keyshawn Howell, who's the starting defensive back out there, as well as B.J. Richard, who started at cornerback as well. But Bowen Smith will bring the offense out on the field. 2 receivers to each side and a back to the right. Smith in the shotgun, takes the snap, and gives to Pike. Pike runs downhill, picks his way to the 33, picks up 2, bring up 2nd and 8 for Dodge City. Shotgun formation for Smith with 2 receivers to each side and a back to the right. Chest high snap, gives to Pike, sweeping off to the left side, cuts back to the inside, drags a defender out to the 39. Nice hard run by Tade Pike. He picks up 6. Gonna bring up 3rd and 2 for the Red Demons. Tade Pike still running hard despite the 65-point deficit. Smith in the shotgun. 3 receivers to the left and 1 to the right. A back to the right as well for Smith. Smith takes the chest high snap, gives to Pike, sweeping off to the far side, barrels his way out across the 45, and he's thrown down around the 49. So Pike picks up 10 on that carry. And it's a first down for the Red Demons with 4:45 and counting to go.
Good run that time by Tate Pike as he followed the pulling tackle Aaron Nelson up into the hole, and Nelson got a good block, and he was able to pick up big yardage and a first down.
Shotgun formation for Smith. 3 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right with a back to the left. Shotgun formation for Smith. Takes a high snap, able to get the handoff off the Pike. Pike bursts through a big hole and drags a defender down to the 35. Nice run by Tate Pike. He picks up 17 to the 34, and it's a first down for the Red Demons with 4 minutes to play.
Like to see him push one into the end zone before the night's over.
Smith in the shotgun, 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. They give to Pike. Pike once again runs through a big hole in the center of the field and pushes his way to the 27. And Pike picks up 7 again. Pike with 4 or 5 straight successful runs. And Dodge City now into Heights territory at the 27. 3:35 to play. Shotgun formation for Smith. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Takes a high snap. Smith able to pitch it off to Pike, and he got back close to the line of scrimmage. They are going to spot him at the line of scrimmage, actually. Smith took a bad snap and just kind of had to shovel it off to Pike. They ended up getting no gain, but it's one of those plays that was actually a pretty good play to be no gain.
I almost wonder if he wanted to keep it, speaking of Bowen Smith, and I think Pike took it from him.
Maybe he did. 3 receivers left, 1 right, with a back to the left. Shotgun formation for Smith. 12 on the play clock, 3 minutes to go. As the stands here on the near side,
like
the home stands
shaking
shaking as the home fans jumping with the "I believe that we will win" chant. They give to Pike. Pike runs to the right side, gets across the 25 to the 24. That's enough for a first down for the Red Demons. Moves the chains with 2:40 to play. Traveling 65-0. And like you said, Phil, I think the Red Demons would love to at least get points on the board. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, with a back to the right. Smith in the shotgun, gives to Pike. Pike stumbles as he bursts out of the gate, falls down at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Bring up 2nd and 10 from the 23 with 2:15 to go.
Too bad. That was a pretty good hole that had opened up that time. Gilberto Garcia pulled from his right guard position, got a great block, and I think Smith and Pike got their feet tangled together.
3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right with a back to the right. They give to Pike. Pike runs to a big hole, fights off a couple tacklers, and shovels his way down inside the 20 to the 19. He gets about 4. They'll bring up 3rd and 6 for the Red Demons with 1:50 to go as the clock continues to wind. Wichita Heights leading 65-0. Smith in the shotgun, 3 receivers left, 1 right with a back to the left. Shotgun formation. Smith drops the pass, looks to the far side, puts it up towards the corner of the end zone. Jump ball. It falls incomplete, out of bounds over in the far corner. That'll bring up 4th and 5 with 1:23 and counting to go.
Clock counting down under almost to 1 minute now, and Dodge City's trying to keep this drive alive. They need to pick up 5 yards on 4th down. Play clock down to about 10 seconds.
Shotgun formation for Smith. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Takes a waist-high snap, drops the pass, looks towards the far corner of the end zone. He'll put it up over the middle of the field for Meade. It's caught by Gamboa at the 6, and it's a first down. That pass was intended for Meade, but Gamboa swooped in behind to make the catch. That's a 17-yard completion, and it'll bring up 1st and goal for the Red Demons with 30 seconds to go. Smith in the shotgun, 2 receivers to each side, a back to the left. Smith takes the snap, but flags fly as that's going to be false start on the Red Demons.
And the clock's going to continue to run.
And it's going to run down below 20 seconds now, and it's going to be a stretch for Dodge City to get another playoff as they back them up to the 10. 10 seconds to go. They're going to sprint up to the line and try to get one more play off. Shotgun set, 4 receivers and movement again, and that's going to do it. Heights going to get out of here with a 65-0 win over the Dodge City Red Demons. A dominant performance at home for the Heights Falcons. We'll step aside. We'll come back with our exclusive bank, Western State Bank of Dodge City post-game show. Stay tuned. You're listening to Red Demon Football on Z98.
Welcome back to Freddy's, Ed. I see you brought up fellow Steak
2
Burger
minutes.
lovers.
2 minutes. Gotta train my grandson in the fine art of lunch.
Yup, Grandpa says it's a lost art.